Whoa! Oh my God, Dr.
Good
High.
morning, good morning, good morning. How's everybody doing? Garrett's in the chat. Arissa's in the chat. Good morning, guys.
Good morning, guys. Welcome in. Thank you so much for being here. Garrett, how are you, buddy? Good to see you. Arissa, we love you. Thank you so much for being here. Everybody, welcome in.
Morning,
good morning.
Kelly.
My goodness, Dr. High. So much to talk about and not enough time at all.
Well, I've seen some of the pictures from the weekend. It looks like you guys had a good time. I seen you with the big, long spliff in your mouth there.
The 6-foot blunt. Oh, I smoked the shit out of that thing. I think it's still going around.
Morning, Nick.
Nick, how are you? Good to see you. Welcome in, everybody.
Yes, I know. I saw some of the pictures, Kelly. It looked like it was a great time.
Oh, my goodness.
But America doesn't like me. So, well, not that they don't like me, but they won't let me in their borders. So I guess they don't like me. So
I'm going to reach out, and I'm going to have my people reach out to America's people. We're going to reconsider and get your ass over here because, my goodness. Look, she pronounced it there. Yeah, these are my new Muck Sticky glasses. These are the ones he wore on stage. Yeah, these are not his, but I mean, they had them for sale there. I don't have his personal pair. I would love them, but no. But yeah, you were able to buy different stuff all over. The vendors were amazing. Let's just start out with the vendors. Let's start out. Good morning, Billy Blaze. Yeah. There he is, Billy Blaze. He is an amazing man. He's our friend. He's going to come on the show. If he was prepared right now, I would bring him up right now.
How's it going, Paul?
Paul, how are you, buddy? Good to see you. It is afternoon. Good point. Good afternoon to us over here on the East Coast.
It just depends on where you are, right?
Yeah, right. So, Billy Blaze is an amazing man. He has holistic meditation and the 420 holistic kit. Oh my goodness. He was the one that rolled the big 6-foot blunt. He's the one that had the gun that went around and was shooting everybody with smoke in their throats. It was so much fun. I don't remember 90% of the weekend because I was so high. Oh my God.
Well, that's what it was all about, right? Good music, good people, and good weed.
There was not one asshole in the bunch. I didn't meet one asshole. Like, I didn't have to say, hey, get away from me. I'm done with you.
Nice.
There was none. Everybody was fucking great. Everybody. I want to give a big shout out, first off, to Rooster and Louis the 13th, the DJ Louis the 13th. They ran the whole thing. And the Sentinels, that's the biker club that gave us the property and ran the whole thing. They are fucking amazing. What a great group of people. Rooster, shout out to my man Rooster, hooking me up with coffee every morning.
Oh, nice. Tossing out the pre-rolls for 30 straight minutes.
Oh my God, he was throwing pre-rolls out like they were like it was candy, like Halloween, like he was on the back of a Christmas truck, throwing away pre-rolls to everybody in the crowd.
You guys are out there showing Ohio how it could be.
Well, I can't even tell. I want to have him up one day soon. We're gonna get you up soon, Billy. He has gotten 40 cities. I think it's 40 cities in Ohio to decriminalize marijuana before they've even before they passed the law. They're voting in November.
City ordinance type thing where they're not.
Yeah, he's also running for councilman. I'm pretty sure he said it was councilman. He's going to be a councilman for Ohio.
Nice.
In his district, I guess.
Well, that's what we need. More people out there advocating for this plant, especially in your country and the States, because
Billy, you're going to be on the show.
It's important that people have access to it, both medicinally and recreationally, because, one of the things that's shown here in Canada is the consumption of alcohol has decreased since the legalization of Canada.
I'll tell you. Hi, Bird.
Good thing.
How you feeling, sweetie? I hope you're okay. I will tell you
that. I saw Kyle in there earlier.
Yeah,
bitch. Did I miss anybody?
Everybody.
Oh,
good morning. I'm thankful everybody so much for being here. So, I don't even know where to go. Like, there's so much to talk about. It was the vendors were amazing. Every one of them, sweet.
What kind of crowd was it? I mean, was it like 5,000 people? Was it like
No,
20?
no. We're talking hundreds, but the
That's
campsite
nicer
wasn't.
though.
Yeah, it was nice and quiet and but it was awesome. Maybe 300 people overall, but just fucking great. Every
No, but
one of them was amazing.
that's nice because it's an intimate gathering, right?
It was,
Of
and the
like-minded
property
people.
is big. It's a nice property, and we could have crammed more, and it would have been more uncomfortable. And
Yeah.
the to be able to take care of the porta potty situation was
How you
rough
doing,
enough.
Chris?
You know what I mean? Good morning,
Yeah.
Chris. How are you, bud? Good to see
Lori
you.
has a fan. That's good, Lori. Then now you got 2 fans because I've been a fan already.
See, now you have 2. The whole weekend. I mean, from Muck performing, he was amazing. Calligraphy was fucking amazing. All the DJs were great. I mean, I didn't get to get down there and see them all, but I could hear them jamming out and playing music the whole time. Your campsite was close enough that you could always hear the music no matter what,
Which is perfect.
we got very lucky. We got, the rooster was so nice. We got there at like 5:00 in the morning on Saturday morning. And we weren't supposed to be there till like 11. I think.
Don't mind us. We're just excited.
Don't mind us. We just got here from New York, 12-hour drive. But they didn't mind us at all. Rooster was like, come on over, go use the porta potties, get yourself ready, and we'll show you where you can camp. And then he brought us in and he showed us a couple spots. And I was like, I think I want this one and this one. I think these are going to be our spots. And then it just happened to be right across the street from Billy Blaze and Calligraphy, my buddies. And then we got to meet some new acts that they had, new stars coming up from Calligraphy LLC, I guess we'll call it.
So they also bring not only are they musicians themselves, but they help build a pathway for others into the.
I think it's all part of a Billy Blaze project. I think that he's the creator of it all, and he's amazing, and he's helping them. He's helping his community every single day. He's out there helping his community, cleaning it up, helping it, and spreading the word of love, which I call marijuana.
That's the cannabis community in action.
Right? He's amazing. The guy is absolutely fucking amazing. What a sweetheart. And he lived right across the street from us. So we had like front row to Billy Blaze and Calligraphy. It was cool.
Nice.
And then just the WTHC and the Muck Sticky family, all the people that we got to meet from our Discord, and they were awesome. Stinky Stank Bud and Jingle and Parker and Sweet Bud and Boomer and all them. Those are all their names. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It was a absolute blessing. I never had, my birth of my children, I guess.
I guess.
That was close.
Did your daughter have a good time?
My daughter had a good time, and that never happens. She is usually the miserable bitch of the family. And she smiled and had fun and actually wrote me a very...
I think it was her I saw in one or two of the pictures I saw on Facebook this morning. And she looked pretty happy.
She had a good time. She wrote me a letter and everything, like a private message. We had a breakthrough. It was great.
Yeah, no, it's kind of cool, right?
Yeah, well, it was good because the boy would always go with me. He's down. He's all about the festivals and the party, but she's more of a homebody. But I said, I need to, break through with my daughter again, make sure that we're still good father-daughter kind of thing. We haven't really hung and done anything. And I said, this is an opportunity. Let me ask her if she wanted to go. And she was like, yeah, I actually do. I want to go. And I was like, awesome. And then she came and she was a great help to me and to Lori and Curly Kell, because we're old. So she was like, I got autographs from so many people. Like I got an autograph from my man, Billy Blaze. I got an autograph from all of Calligraphy. I got autographs from Muck Sticky. I got autographs from new artists that we've met, Mall Black and Mr. Automatic, I think. I got to get them. I got to make sure that I get them today. That's part of my job today. Remind me, I got to make sure I catch all their names and get them on so I can get their music. I got a whole bunch. I got new music from Calligraphy. They gave me 10 new songs, including some of the guys that I just mentioned. I think they're all in, the Calligraphy family, and then So yeah, I got 10 new songs. In fact, one of the songs I just played was All Black right before we went live.
I haven't had a chance to listen to the radio today. So, I did, but early this morning. I've been out for a couple hours.
Hi, Tina. Good morning. Thank you guys all so much. So look,
how are you?
I became a man, Dr. High. Let me tell you that. This weekend,
hold on here. Back down for a second. You became a man.
I became a man this weekend. It made me a man. First,
did Veronica send you the appendage?
I got a doobie.
I love it.
So now I smoke when I want.
That's fucking awesome. Hey, she did a great job, man. That heater looks.
No, this was actually somebody else. Vern is still making mine, and I'm going to have more. But somebody there was actually selling them, and they gave it to me for free because they said he needs. Well, actually, Stank Bud bought me this. One of our friends, Stank Bud, he bought me this.
And
he didn't know Vern was making me one. So Vern is still going to make me. I still want Vern's, of course. Vern, I love you, sweetie. And then the people that made this stuff saw me, and then they said, "You need to be a man."
What? Finally.
So now I'm a man. Woo!
And look at
no longer I'm a mystery.
Right out of your tie-dye.
I'm no longer a mystery. I never knew what was going on down there, but now I am.
So you're no longer like a Ken doll. You're more like a.
Yes, I'm well hung. I am well hung and ready to go.
I tell you, it's like a hippie.
And then, no, when Vern gives me mine, Vern's is going to be way bigger. So this is me. This is me flaccid. This is flaccid. This is flaccid. Yeah, when I get mine from Vern, it's going to be 12 inches and have a whole bunch of foreskin, and it's going to be great. Oh yeah, well, he's uncircumcised in that picture.
Oh, nice.
Dick and balls. That's it, right? So I don't even know. Where can I start? All right. So
well, that was a pretty good start.
We get there, and like I said, Rooster is amazing, and he lets us in, and I guess he's one of the big wigs in the Sentinels, maybe the biggest wig. I don't know. I didn't get the whole ordeal, but it's their property, and they have opened it up to the wonderfulness of Billy Blaze and Holistic Cloud and everybody. They just opened it up to everybody. And it was beautiful. They had a river that ran down one side of the campsite. It was just nice. You know, it wasn't set up like a campground because it's not really a campground. It's their land that they own, that they do their biker stuff there. And but they hold festivals, and I guess it's going to become a campground because they've already decided.
It's an event space, right?
Yeah. So it's for events, and they had a nice, cute, beautiful little stage. It was so nice. Then they had the vendors all set up around the outside, and that was all down by the stage. And then as you went down the walkway, you would see all the campsites on the left and on the right. And, you know, we were down on the right, halfway down. So I learned a few things. You can't be old because you forget how many times you get up in the middle of the night to pee. And when it's cold, you pee a lot more. And then when you're sharing a mattress with somebody, because our 10-man tent turned into be like a 4-man tent, Lori, we're all in 4-man tent on 2 mattresses. My daughter and I, butt to butt. Lori and Curly Kell, butt to butt.
Nice.
But it got nice and toasty in there because I'm a snorer.
Oh yeah, you had a lot of body heat going on, right?
Right. But anyway, trying to get up, I'm getting up, I'm scooching off of the thing, trying to get off. My daughter's on the other side of the bed going bang, 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 bang. And I'm
like them videos where the guy jumps on the airbag and the girls go flying into the lake.
Right. She's on the other side, and I'm trying to scooch. Meanwhile, I'm trying to grab a hold of this little guy. I'm very proud of, because this little guy is like, he's got to go. And I'm like, I'm not one to, I go immediately. Like, I go from my bedroom to the bathroom and I pee. It's like I'm holding it on the way. I'm one of them guys that waits till the last second. I'm doing the pee-pee dance in bed. No, I'm not going. I'm not going.
But the problem is when you get up to our age, there's a lot less time between notifications.
Right.
And action. You know what I mean?
Right. I found that out this weekend. because I got back in the bed, my daughter bouncing. I'm struggling. Blankets are twisting in around me, and I'm breathing heavy. Carolyn Herbs and Concentrates. We love you.
How's it going today?
So
Charles is with us. How you doing,
Charles, how are you? Great weekend is right. It was amazing. Fuck, I can't even complain once. Like, even the cold sucked. I mean, but it was great cold.
But it was only cold that night, eh? You must have
during the day. Well, the second day, Sunday, it rained most of the morning until like
did it
noon.
really?
Yeah, it rained until like noonish, and then boop, the sun came out. But that put a hamper on a lot of stuff. So a couple of the bands, including our friends Calligraphy, didn't get a chance to play the second day because they wanted to try to stay on the schedule. And the schedule started a little earlier in the morning on Sunday because we wanted to get everybody in and out before the day had ended. You know what I mean? So, unfortunately, Calligraphy, but they took it like a champ, you know, and they took it like they're classy, great bunch of guys, man. Just fucking so nice. Every one of them, so sweet. They gave me like free shirts. They signed 2 of them. So I have 2 autographed shirts by them. And I'm a fat bastard. So none of them are going to fit me. But I'm going to put them up.
They give you 2 so you can cut them down the middle and
cut them and make it into one big one. Right. Yes. No, they gave me 2 that were autographed that I'm going to put in frames. And then I'm going to hang them in here, you know, and then I got a couple Muck stuff that I got autographed and Billy Blaze stuff that I got autographed.
Nice.
So I'm going to put all that kind of stuff up in the, you know, I got an OVDJ Campout official shirt. So I got all the, you know, the big wigs to sign that one, the headliners and all that, you know, and I'm going to hang that up there. It was just fucking amazing. There's so many stories. I'll be telling them for the rest of my life. I mean, they're just great. I can't remember them all. Like the one time when Lori was almost dead in the tent, and she couldn't get out, and then she was like, "Somebody help me!" And then somebody ran over and helped to get the zipper open, and poof, she came flying. Oh, my head.
Nice. How you doing, Brandon?
So yeah, so you know, I don't remember the whole story to that, but that was funny as shit. Just so much stuff. It was just nonstop fun.
Yeah, weekends like that are a blast. I haven't done anything like that since.
And then the best one of them all. Here you go. You ready? I know I'm already late. Oh, it's 4:20. Fuck, we're in trouble.
Oh, 4:20.
Damn it! I gotta play my boys THC.
Good day, but rain.
We'll be right back. Happy 420 to everybody. You're hanging with the hippie and Dr. High.
Nice.
420 kid of the holistic.
Billy Blaze.
R.I.P. to my man Derek Crow. I want to give a shout out to Calligraphy. My dude Mean, little homie Manuel Noriega, Big Just, Rossi, Jack the Apostle, the League.
Smoke 'em if you got 'em. Big buds, the little crows broke up in the bottom. Feel like autumn leaves falling. Only problem needs solving is seeing who I'm calling for some trees to indulge in. Need to holler at Billy. He keep his head in the cloud. Bel Air Kush.
Yeah, he does.
Wow.
His head's in the cloud all day.
Sir smoke a lot. Doctor said I need a bacchiotomy. Prescribe me huckleberry and lemon cherry gelato, G. I take it back to rolling in the Optimo, blowing smoke out my nose, dropping ashes on my clothes till I doze off. I'm so fried.
Awesome. You see that, Dr. High?
What's that?
Tailored Herbs and Concentrates has it set up so that if they want to ask questions right now while they come into the store, they can set it up and sit down and ask questions to you.
You know what? That's phenomenal. No problem at all. I love that kind of thing. It's fun. So I like playing Stump the Doctor with Garrett.
With the THC. Roll that shit.
Garrett, I only had a chance to mention our conversation briefly with the hippie before the show, but we'll have a chat afterwards, and I will let you know.
Think that shit. What's up, Brandon?
Got sunshine in my pocket on a Sunday stroll. Homie got the rap, give me the sack. let the good times roll. Therapy,
Right, I don't know why.
World, give me beat, Bel Air Kush, give me mental control. L-lit back row, 5 packs told, the studio we roll.
Yeah, I knew I was a little jealous before the weekend, but I seen some of the pictures. I seen a video of Mark doing a song up there on stage. I was like, looks like a good time. Yep.
Celebration, history free from information. Stand up, provide the right education. Show love, holistic cloud politics throughout the nation. Making to stop debating Billy Blunt stats, make the taste of weed.
Weed.
I still feel high.
Weed is all I bring.
Yes, I believe that, Kelly.
Roll that shit, lick that shit, burn it. Roll that shit, lick that
That
shit.
joint is excellent.
Roll that shit, lick that shit, burn it. Roll that shit, lick that shit, burn it. Roll that shit, woo! Shit, burn it. Roll that shit, lick that shit, burn it. Roll that shit, lick that shit, burn it. Roll that shit, lick that shit, burn it. Yeah! All right, a couple commercials. We'll be right back.
Adopt US Kids presents What to Expect When You're Expecting a Teenager. Learning the lingo.
Oh, Dr. High, wait till I tell you the story of the weekend.
Now, when a teen says something is on,
It's going to be
it's
amazing.
exactly like saying
I want
That's
to
a
wait
good
till
weekend, Billy.
everybody's
it
here.
simply means that something is
Pound and
off.
an ounce.
Another one is
It was
totes.
amazing.
It's exactly like
You know,
saying,
that's the one thing that's so true about cannabis, right?
as in,
When you give it
I
away,
love
when
going
you
to
share it
malls.
with others,
Another word
it's
you
just
might hear
so much
is
better.
cheap. Jody
You know?
isn't sure
You're
of the way
100%
she
right.
does.
You know,
As in,
I sit here every
Holy,
day and
I
I
am like
smoke
so
my
jelly
weed
of
by
your beautiful
myself all the
focus.
time. When you're out
don't
and you're
have to
sitting
speak
and you're
teen to be
smoking
a
with other
perfect parent.
people and you're
Thousands of
sharing,
teens
you
have lost
definitely
their
get
volunteer
more
time.
high.
Rad.
Yeah, it's a whole different experience.
I
To
was
learn more,
baked
visit
the whole fucking weekend.
adoptuskids.org.
I haven't been
Public
baked
service
like
announcement
that
brought to
in
you
a
by the
very
US
long
Department
time.
of
I
Health
sit
and
here
Human
and I get
Services,
high and I
Adopt
take
US
care of my
Kids,
pain and
and
my
the Ad
medicine.
Council.
But this time I was like,
This is the
You're out
story
there
of a
having
very
fun because
special
you're with
woman.
people. You know
In
what
a
I mean?
matter
Not
of
by
seconds,
yourself. Like
she
that's
turned
why I'm
herself
dying to get
into
back
a
to
great
Montreal in some ways
mathematician or
because
an entrepreneur. Her knowledge
here
was
it's the same
limitless
idea, right?
and
Kind of
still is.
isolated in the
She
country.
could also make monsters disappear, especially those that lurked in the shadows under the bed. Once, this woman put back together a teenage girl's broken heart, which had been shattered in 1,000 pieces, just by giving her a bear hug. She masqueraded as a regular person at
Billy
work,
was everywhere.
but
I don't
as
know
a
if he slept.
superhero at home. Everyone knows her as Gabriella.
You got a bad liver now. Why is that, Reggie?
Yeah, he's got to quit his
Your hero needs you
alcohol
now,
consumption.
and AARP is
Yeah,
here to
well,
help.
you know,
We're gonna work
alcohol
with
is
them.
Care
the
guides you
best
need
way
Morning,
to
to
go.
Tom.
complete with
Welcome in,
care
everybody.
resources at
Oh, yeah.
I
AARP.org/caregiving.
snore. Yes, I snore.
A public service announcement
And
brought
I
to you by
fart.
AARP.
I'm
We
a
can
farter.
excuse you for the dog food, Tom, but the haircut could have waited.
Bottled water. Holistic
I'm a
Health Water has
farter.
certified medical grade
Just so
water
everybody
on mentions
knows,
that make
Curly
7
Kell and
types of
Lori
water,
made sure I
including
knew that I
alkaline.
fart while I
There's
sleep.
a 5-micron filter that lasts up to a year, and each machine lasts 25 to 30 years.
I was getting in trouble all for that yesterday.
Or install under your sink. Even get a mineral spa unit for your shower.
She says she
Go
made.
to
Good morning, Tom.
OVDJ.org
How are
to
you,
get a
buddy? Good
free
to see you.
ebook. Plus, pay for any machine in full and get an extra filter free.
Uh,
Change your
that's
water
funny.
and change your life.
And they stink.
Water.org.
Liz is here, and she wants to know what she can do for high anxiety, Dr. High.
Are you in Owensville or Middletown?
I got this
New York
last commercial,
area?
and you can
Revamp
answer
your
her.
Space with
All right.
Collins Paints Ltd. Ugly walls? Let Collins Paints Ltd. add a splash of color to your world. Collins Painting is the best.
We'll answer your question in a second, Liz. We'd happily answer your question. Just got to wait for this commercial to end, and we'll be right back. Smoke them if you got them. That's what I say. Smoke them.
Collins Paint team are a group of skilled professional painters who will turn your vision into reality. Call Collins Paint Ltd. today to get a fast and easy quote. Available Monday through Fridays, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Saturdays, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Call them at 845-869-8176.
WTHC. Smoke weed every day. Dr. High, man,
Yes.
Go ahead. You read your question. Liz wants to know what you can do for high anxiety.
Well, cannabis does work for a lot of people who suffer from anxiety. It's a go-to for them. But you might want to stay away from really high THC cannabis. You might want to be looking for strains that might be more in the 15 to 20% range, and then with some CBD present also would probably be what I would suggest to try for anxiety. You don't really like those 30% THCs, and that can really kind of ramp up your anxiety. Or like Hippie, who gets anxiety when he smokes sativas.
Sativas, yeah.
Right. So sativas with high THC might be
not all sativas.
Stay away from too.
I had a great sativa this weekend. Actually, we partied.
Okay.
The girl, I went to the dispensary, and I was like, "Listen, we're going away." I said, "Well, I didn't. I actually did say we," and she was like, "You did not just say that." And I was like, "No, I did not say we. I said I'm going away, and I need a whole shitload of medicine because I'm not supposed to be buying for anybody else." But
right.
Anyway, she was like, "You're going," and she goes, "I know you don't like high sativas, but I really am going to recommend the sativa to you. It's on sale, and it is a party sativa. It doesn't make you too high, but at the same time, it gets you high, but it doesn't make you have those anxiety." It was fantastic weed. I loved it. It was great weed. She did a great job as usual. Shout out to
nice
Aqua Pathary or whatever the hell their name is.
The Apothecarium.
Yeah, that's Apothecarium. I can't say that.
I was just busting balls with you, Tom. No, life is what it is, but I'm a dog lover, so that's why I'm seeing it as the dog takes priority for sure.
We had THC coffee, the Goohoo. I think that's the name of their hut. They were a vendor there, Goohoo and Tommy and his beautiful girl. They're the ones who made my my doobie, which Stank Bud bought for me, and they gave me a free penis. And then they had coffee over there. Shout out to them.
Get a free penis sale. I mean, whoever gets that lucky, right?
I ended up with a cock at the end of this whole thing.
You really should have bought 2 joints if it came with that attribute,
right? If I would have, yeah. Well, I didn't even know.
Made you a unique specimen.
All of a sudden, a doobie showed up, and that was from my buddy Stank Bud. And he was like, "You gotta have a doobie," and I was like, "Oh, well, Vern's making me a couple, but I'll take this one for now. It fits in."
Yeah, it's kind of perfect.
Yeah, and then then we were talking to. They came down to us to talk because he gave me a whole bunch of stuff that I'll be giving away in the near future as gifts to give away. So we'll talk about that when we have them on. We're gonna have them on sometime in the near future.
Right.
Right. But the coffee I loved it. I had no effect from it. I mean, it was delicious. It did what it needed to do. It got me caffeinated. I don't know. I was too high to tell if it really worked THC wise, but it did what I needed. And they were selling big ass cups for $5. And I was like, sold. But they did give me a package, a 1 pound package of that coffee, THC and CBD infused coffee that we will be giving away later in the month.
Nice.
Yeah. So yeah, they were wonderful. Billy Blaze, like I said, you can't. I don't even want anything from my man. He gave away so much shit that weekend. He is just an amazing person. Louis the Third, like I said, Louis was he's the young DJ gentleman who pretty much ran the whole thing, him and his father, I guess. I mean, it was their property. I don't want to say he ran the whole thing, but he was the headlining DJ, I guess, and pretty much ran it, I would assume. But I don't want to ever assume. You know what they say about that, right?
Right.
It makes an ass out of you and me.
Yeah, so assumption's never good. I was just curious. I don't know if Liz is still listening or not, but I wanted to go back and ask her, what does she do now for the anxiety? She's using cannabis currently to work with the to try and calm the anxiety down. Yeah, low THC, and look for something that also has a CBD.
DoktorHigh
1%. CBD or something so that you get the combination, because you're really going to find a better effect with both present than you will with just the one. Yeah.
Dr. High, and I'm only going to reiterate, I think that's the right word. I'm going to reiterate something that you've said numerous times, that the THC level, everybody goes after that big number, 25, 27, 28. Oh my God, I got a 30. But really and truthfully, 15 is just as good as 30. Explain why.
Well, I wouldn't say that you'd feel the same effect at 15% as you would at 30.
That's why I let you do the talking.
But once you reach up around 16, 17, 18%, the high is not tremendously different from the high numbers. But really what's more important when you're looking at cannabis, THC, it has to be present. You won't get high. Like back in the 70s, right? We were getting 6, 7, 8% THC. It didn't compare to what we're getting now at all. But the terpenes.
Well, how would you even know? Because back in the day, we didn't even know. They just handed us a bag with fucking shit. I didn't even know I was supposed to be looking for terpenes.
Oh, that's it. I mean, we don't know. The only way that we really know is by looking at when historically there was testing done on these plants from back in the day. And who even knows what methods were used back then. So we don't even know if those numbers
I don't even know if there was methods. Was there methods? I mean, was it back in the 80s and the 70s? Was there methods to growing weed? I mean,
well, it was more outdoor produced.
Right? It was a lot of people just breaking the law. Wasn't it just a lot of people?
There's a lot of weed coming from Colombia, a lot coming from Mexico, a lot coming from different places like that. Most of your hash was coming from Afghanistan or Morocco or Lebanon. A lot of hash coming from Jamaica.
Shout out to my buddy. I don't know which one. I'm just gonna say Michelle and her husband. Sweet Buds. I'm gonna say Sweet Buds. Sweet Buds gave me a container of some bubble hash. So I got some bubble hash over here.
Bubble hash is really nice.
We smoked it together, him and I, and then he was like, I'm out of here, bro. You keep this. This is
it's a different high, right? Hash is not like weed. When you smoke hash, it's much more physical. Now, your THC
we didn't fight. I mean, I didn't fight my hash.
Well, depending on his method of bubble, right? Depending on what bags he uses, because when you buy bubble bags, you'll get a 3-bag, a 5-bag. Some people can get a 7-bag set. And each bag has a different micron screen. So it allows different size particles to come through, right?
Happy birthday to Lauren.
Catch at the bottom. So sometimes if the guys are only using, a couple of bigger bags, then the hash that you're getting can be, 40%, 45% THC, and the rest is basically plant material. It comes off. That's part of the process. But then when you start getting down to using like the 25 micron bags, then when you take the hash from there, you're basically getting full melt. So you could be talking about,
yes, I did.
THC percentages that are 70% plus. So not all hash is created equal. It just depends on the technique of the maker. But when it comes to bubble hash, it's a beautiful thing.
It has been a long time since I've had some quality hash, and this shit was good. We sat and we just smoked a bowl of hash. I'm used to putting it on top of some flour, the old days. Right. But this was different. It was a little different, but we sat there and we baked on it for probably a half hour. Nice big bowl of it.
The nice thing about hash in the pipe is you actually just taste the hash, right? When you're smoking it on top of your bong, like packing it with a bowl with weed and hash at the same time, you never get just the true flavor of the hash. You can tell it's there, but hash on its own has this really special flavor to it, that's unique. And I mean that's part of the pleasure, right?
And like everybody was already so baked, and everybody was like just walking around with joints everywhere because of the myth, the legend, Billy Blaze. Nice. But
Lori says you guys talked about me so much.
We did talk about you. So. Of course, we wanted you to be there. We were sad that you weren't there.
I'd love to have been there.
But Lauren, yes, I got them from Sarah. Please make sure Sarah gets a hold of me, because Sarah's going to come on the show. Everybody that I met, anybody that was there, you know who I didn't give a shout out to, and I apologize. Those freaking crazy ass people that throw the fire and swing the fire and swing on the swings with the fire. And oh my God, they were fucking amazing.
Yeah, it's pretty
they
cool.
were half naked in the cold.
Fire dancers.
Yeah, they were awesome. I sat there for 40 minutes just watching the one girl on the, it didn't hurt.
Is Jacobsburg close to Lake Erie?
She was in a bathing suit in the middle of winter, but it didn't hurt there.
Winter, it's September. September,
it
in
felt
Ohio.
like winter. It was 40-something degrees, man. That's snow weather. No, she was amazing. Shout out, I didn't get her name, but the fire people were amazing. I can go on forever. There was the vendors all down the whole right side. Sarah with her tie-dyes and all of her stuff. The dude that was selling the other stuff, and the other people that were selling the other stuff. And then Billy Blaze had his own booth out there, and he was just giving away free dabs the whole fucking weekend. Free dabs the whole weekend. You just walk up, get a dab if you wanted to do a dab. Holistic, yeah.
From a rig?
I did not participate. I didn't get a chance to get over. I don't know. I was busy, man. I saw it. I just never actually got to that. I got to his booth, to the outer front part, but I didn't get to that.
You didn't get to the dabbing part of it.
I didn't get to that side, but it wasn't like Billy didn't take care of me. Every time he saw me, he shot me in the mouth with a gun, or handed me a 6-foot blunt or something.
Dabs are just so beautiful, right?
He came over to us in the morning and rolled up a couple joints of some Willie Nelson, I think it was. We smoked some Willie Nelson. Yeah, it was just the whole weekend was great. But I'm going to tell you, to top it off, there's a story. Oh, I should say it now because we have 175,000 people in here. But Curly Kell. All right, so the final morning, I guess it would be Monday at some point, I get up and I go to get up off of the mattress, and I am in bad shape. My body hurts.
Yeah, from sleeping on an air mattress for 2 nights.
Yeah, sleeping on the air mattress, old, broken. I got lots of broken bones that have healed and recovered. This is it. You guys want to stick around because this is the story of the weekend. You might not. Taylor Herbs wrote something. I wanted to make sure it wasn't the young lady asking the question about anxiety. Brandon Rhythm Glass called me up, hit me up.
We wait.
Is that was that Rhythm Glass that was there? Because they're amazing. I want to talk about them in a few minutes. I have definitely.
Yeah, glass blowers are really, really cool.
Oh,
like
they were
amazing how they can picture what they're trying to make, and then take this glass that's either broken and melt it and turn it into all these incredible things. You know what I mean? Like,
you wait till I'll tell you about them, because they're amazing, and they're going to be coming on our show as well. There's a whole group of them. They're putting a group of them together, and they're Glass Blowers of America. I don't know their real name, but they're like creating a group of glass blower. They're amazing. And that reminds me, Curly Kell, I think I left my mushrooms in your car. Don't you eat my mushrooms. So let me get back to Curly Kell, because this is the story of the weekend. So I go to get up, and my body just turns into a human knot. Like I don't know, that little brown package that was up in the front there, it's somewhere in your car.
Magicals?
Yeah, well, yeah, but only at 0.1%. They were like microdosing, and she makes them out of fresh berries that they find in their family's yard. And it's a whole story. We're going to talk to them. She's going to come on. He's going to come on. Oh yeah. But that, that's those fruit roll-ups. They're like fruit roll-ups. You take a little section. There's 6 sections to the pack. You roll them up, you eat them, and supposedly they're very good. I didn't get a chance to take them because they're in Curly Kell's car. I'd be on them now. Damn it. But anyway, They were amazing, but I want to get back to Curly Kell's story. Well, we have a commercial coming up again. Damn it! I think we're gonna do the commercial because I don't want to
interrupt the story.
Stop. Yeah, I don't want to have to stop in the middle of the commercial to do a commercial. You know what I mean?
No kidding.
We will be back in just a moment with the conclusion of Curly Kell's story.
Adopt US Kids presents What to Expect When You're Expecting. A teenager. Learning the lingo.
I know today is supposed to be the day I got to show my plant as well, but
now when a teen says something,
I don't know if I can carry it anymore. It's a goddamn tree.
That's rad.
I went away for 3 days. It's tripled in size.
Another one is totes.
It does that at this stage.
Totally, just shorter. As in, I totes love going to the mall.
The suspense.
Another word you might hear is jelly. Jelly
I don't
is a
have.
shorter,
We'll
better
be
way to
talking
say
about.
jealous.
We'll be talking about
Chloe, I am
OVDJ
like so jelly of your
2023 for
unicorn
the rest of
bone
my
face.
life because
You
it was
don't have
that
to
great
speak
of a
teen
time.
to be a perfect parent.
That's good.
I am
Teens
so
in foster
happy
care will
that
think you're,
Lori came
rad,
because
just the same.
she's never experienced
To
something
learn
like
more,
that,
visit
and I really hope that she had the
adoptuskids.org.
greatest
A
time of her
public
life.
service announcement brought to
Curly
you by the
Kell
US
has plenty of
Department
time in
Health
her
and Human
life
Services,
to
Adopt US
experience
Kids,
that more
and
and
the Ad
more and
Council.
more. I hope you had the greatest
This is
time
the
of your
story
life,
of
and
a
I
very
can't wait to
special
do
woman.
it as
In a
often as
matter of
possible.
seconds, she turned herself into a great mathematician or an entrepreneur.
And I want to thank
Her
everybody
knowledge
for
was limitless
just making
and still
my
is.
fucking weekend the
She
best
could also
weekend
make
in
monsters
a
disappear,
very, very long time.
especially those that lurked in the shadows under the bed.
How bizarre.
Once, this woman put
How
back
bizarre,
together
how
a teenage girl's broken heart, which
I
had
know,
been shattered
2024.
in
I
a
can't
1,000
wait.
pieces just by giving her a bear hug. She masqueraded as a regular person at work, but as a superhero at home. Everyone knows her as Gabriella. I still call her Mom.
Your hero needs you now, and AARP is here to help. Find the care guides you need to help, complete with tips and resources at aarp.org/caregiving. A public service announcement brought to you by
everybody. Thank you
AARP
so
and the
much.
Ad
Please
Council.
subscribe if you have a YouTube page. Please, it's the same name, WTHC Radio.
Hey,
Please
this is
subscribe
Hippie. Why
to
don't
our
we take a ride
YouTube.
with
We're
Dolphin
trying to build
PA
that
today?
bigger.
Dolphin? What's in Dolphin?
Yeah, Chris popped in earlier, but I haven't seen him much in the chat. I'd like to see his.
Facebook
I'd like
and
to
on
see him after he's done the
What's
trim
going
on him.
on Mondays,
Chris, if
Tuesdays?
you're out there, you should send me a couple pictures. I'm
Yeah,
curious
I want to go there
how
and pick up all my great
your
finds.
grooming went.
Great road trip. That's Bella's Badass Crystals on TikTok and Facebook, but you can also find them at the top of the mountain.
We don't
in
do enough
Dolphin
of that,
PA.
yelling at
We
them
are
to make sure they go
badass.
smash the like thing, you know. Smash the like button and share it out and chat and do all that stuff.
Smash the like button and subscribe. It shows the YouTube algorithm that this is the kind of content you want to see.
Wait a minute, do they have weed?
Our dedicated team is here to guide you on your wellness journey. Open 7 days a week, 10 to 10.
That joint's beautiful.
Access to what you need when you
Concentrate.
need it
And it's
most.
awesome the way I can just throw it up into my mouth and it pretty much lands perfect.
Yeah, it just lands right. Just don't singe your beard, man.
I can spin it on my rod.
Anytime.
No offense, ladies. I can do tricks with my rod.
506-871-4299.
Sorry, guys.
Tailored herbs and concentrates.
We're back.
Potheads go.
WTH.
I will subscribe on the Red app.
Anyway, welcome back. You can always go to www.wthcradio.com as well and check us out there. There's a listen in button. So if you're out on the road, you click that little listen in button and you'll hear us on Live 365 and tune in. We're on the radio every day, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. We're not just a podcast here, him and I. I mean, he is the man and the myth and the legend, but
No.
you know, this is just part of the day.
The guy who loves weed, man.
What'd you say?
I'm just a guy who loves weed.
Oh, me too. Me
Who's
too.
a big believer in it.
Oh, I just poked myself in the eye with that one.
Oh,
Getting a little rowdy with my doobie over here, Dr. High. I just poked myself in the eye.
Lori says, I got your message. Thank you.
Anthony.
For messages because of community guidelines. Well, you have to stop sending the rude pics, Lori.
Stop sending nudes. Stop sending nudes, Lori. We've talked about this. All right. So,
How you doing,
here we go.
Anthony?
I go. There's Christopher now. Christopher, what's up?
Yeah, send me some pictures. I want to see your after
after
your grooming images. Yeah, sorry.
Yes. All right. So here we go. So I get up off the mattress. I've already told you that's a struggle. I'm old. I'm hurting. I'm in pain. I get up and my body starts to turn into like one human knot. You know that feeling? Like everything just starts to cramp and twist into knots. You can feel it in my thighs. I can feel it in my calves. I'm like, I definitely didn't drink enough water. I didn't stay
Probably
hydrated.
your thighs because you're carrying around that new big appendage.
Maybe. It could have been that.
It's extra weight.
I'm a little top heavy now. I mean, bottom heavy now. It could be that.
You have to start calling me a tripod.
I want to look at him now. He's so
cute. Call you hippie anymore. I'm gonna have to start calling you tripod.
Tripod, the human tripod. Right. Yep. All right. Anyway, so I finally get up out of the tent. I struggle and I get out of the tent, and now I'm standing outside the tent. And then I finally, I walk around, get the cramps to go away. I drink a bottle of water and I sit down on the bench and I'm like, where's my lighter? There's no lighter out here. I need to get high. It's 5 o'clock in the morning. And I'm not going back in the tent. I'm like, I'm not trying to go back to sleep. I got enough sleep. I'm good. All of a sudden, I see this in the tent. And I'm going, what? And I hear a little mumbling and talking. And I'm like, what the hell is going on in there? And this is my tent, everybody else is gone. They all left. Everybody left Sunday night except for us.
Right.
We stayed until Monday morning, like all the rest of us. All right. Well, whatever. It felt like 5 in the morning. Anyway, don't correct me on my story. It's my story. You were just a part of it. Anyway, I will tell it as I remember. As I remember. Anyway. So the tent starts to go like this. Now, I don't know what they're talking about or what I'm hearing, but I'm like, what the fuck is going on? All of a sudden, like diarrhea out of my ass comes Curly Kel. And she is like, hippie, I'm going to shit myself. And I'm like, what? I'm going to shit. And she's holding her ass, running around the car, trying to get into her car. I'm fucking rolling.
Well, why did she want to shit in the car?
What?
Why did she want to shit in the car?
No, she had to find the toilet paper. She had put it in the car. And the toilet paper machines were empty in the porta potty. So now she's running around holding her asshole, trying to find the toilet paper. She starts running down the road. She's wobbling because she can't. I know the feeling. I've been there. Everybody's been there. When that shit's about to come out, and you're like, she stops, and she's like, if I move, it's going. It's going. She grabs her asshole again, starts running down the road. Oh, it was amazing. It was the funniest thing I have ever seen in my entire life. Might not be as funny now, but you had to be there. It was hilarious.
Probably wasn't all that funny for Curly Kel, though.
No, she thought it was hilarious. Came back and told everybody 100 times. I almost shit myself this morning. At one point she yelled, Lori. That's what she was yelling. I forgot. She said, Lori, if you don't move, I'm going to shit on your head. They were sharing a mattress. And Lori was out cold. And Curly Kel was on the inside, so she had the tent and Lori on the other side, so she was like trying to scooch down the mattress, trying to get out, trying to hold poop in her ass. Oh my God, it was fucking hilarious. But she came out of that tent so fast, it was like diarrhea. And I could see the face. She's like, hippie, I gotta poop. And I'm like, all right, go. And she's like, no, you don't understand. If I move, it's going. And I was like, oh, I do.
Well, just go behind the tent and have a squat.
Oh, you couldn't go behind. The bad part of our picking of our side is there was a hill behind us. And
we all know shit rolls downhill. So that would have
been and it would have rolled right into our tent.
Right.
No. But besides that, there was people all up on the top hill, half up, and they could all see right down into our area. So it was like, luckily, I have very small penis, so when I peed at night, because at 5 o'clock in the morning, they're still up partying like rock stars up there, and I'm like old. I'm sleeping for hours. I got up and I was like, I got to pee, but I'm not walking 10 miles because I'm already holding this fella. I got out there and I'm like, all right, where am I going to go? All of our friends are in bed sleeping, but there's a whole party going up there right behind my tent looking at me. I said, you know what? They can't see past my belly. They're just going to hear it.
If I ain't seen it in all these years, how are they going to, eh?
Right. I can't find it. They ain't finding it. I have a hard enough time myself. So I'm in there like digging and anyway. But now, if you see it, I will find it from now on. Every time.
You got that thing in your hand. You know, if you're not careful, we're gonna end up off the Pace Radio Network and on the Howard Stern Network.
Oh, all right. Well, I'm not playing. Sorry, ladies, if you didn't want to see that this early in the morning. That is soft. I apologize. That's soft.
That's so funny.
Shout out to everybody, right? DJs that kept.
I just saw Chris's plants. He just sent me a picture of them after he's cleaned them up, and they're looking awesome. They really do.
Yeah.
So
you want to see
you
awesome?
expect that they're going to slow down for a couple of days in growth while they recover from the pruning? Just maybe like 2 days, 3 days, and then they're really going to blossom because you've given them more. Like less energy is going to go to what you've cleaned up, right? And they're looking good. You got great airflow there. Really nice job. Good stuff.
Yeah, I got some good airflow here too.
And Garrett says that he ate the leaf from the trimming on Saturday. It is delicious. You know what's really delicious though? When your plant's in veg and you want to pinch off at a branching site because you want to cause it to split there. If you eat those little fresh sprouts that are coming out, they taste like watermelon. They really do. Like, it's mind blowing. You wouldn't think
told me that before.
Like watermelon, but they really taste like watermelon. They're so good, you know. Yeah, really good.
Oh my God, Dr. High, I can't even tell you. Like, there's just so many little stories that I can't remember right now. Like, I'm
sure it's a sea of stories.
It was fucking crazy. It was so cool when I got to meet Calligraphy and Billy Blaze. They all came over pretty much at the same time. It was like really in the beginning. And then it was awesome. Like Muck came after the shows. He came right to our tent and sat with us and hung out. And it wasn't like crazy. Like you would think that everybody was cool. Like they walked by and they waved to Muck. Nobody really came up and sat and like harassed him. He was able to walk around and enjoy himself. He came. I got to sing Jimmy Buffett with Muck.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, he came and we had a guitar at our camp.
Somebody posted a song on Facebook. I got a chance to see him do perform one of his songs on the weekend from the Campout. So
I have you'll see the whole concert.
What I need is a fucking set of those pajamas.
They're on sale now.
They're awesome. I don't know. Can I get them over here?
Absolutely. The only issue you might have is my same issue is that we're big, and that's but I think they come in big. I think he told me I can get all the way up to 5X. So
if you can get up to 5X, then I'm good.
I don't need 5X, but I think that's what he said. They go up to 5X for the pajamas.
Yeah, so. I'm about a 3 up top and about a 2 on the bottom.
Yeah, I'm about a 3 or 4 on top and a 4 on bottom. No, 4 or 5 on top and a 3 or 4 on the bottom. But now I have this. I might be bigger on the bottom. I might have to get a little looser fit.
Man, you're playing with that thing like a dog.
You want to see pictures? You should have seen what Lori was doing to this guy when I was not looking.
Oh, when you were not looking, eh?
I was looking, but I was looking the other way, pretending like nothing was going on. Nothing to see here, folks. Nothing to see. Yeah. And she may or may not have had it in her mouth.
Whoa.
I may or may not have been licking her boobies at one point. Guidelines, asshole. Sorry, glitch.
Guidelines.
Whenever I'm breaking the guidelines, she's like, Dick, watch your mouth. You're going to get in trouble. I got video proof.
That's funny. You'll have to see that video.
Yeah, it's like a porn. We're going to sell it. Puppet porn. Me and Lori, we're going to become millionaires.
There's probably a market for it.
There is a
market for all kinds of weirdness out there.
Yeah, there is. All right. I'm gonna let you take control for a minute. I'm gonna run and get my plant because I want to show it. I can't not show it.
Nice.
It was supposed to be shown yesterday on a Monday, but I think I want to show it today.
Mr. Activated. Who's Mr. Activated?
Mr. Activated is one of our new stars coming up with calligraphy. He signed.
Nice.
Yeah, I have some songs. He's gonna be.
Is that based on activated THC as in post decarboxylation?
Yeah, I would think so.
Nice.
I don't know. What's a Muppet? A Muppet. She's yelling at me. Muppet. I'm touching her tits. Yes, I was rubbing her boobies. But she did a little rubbing herself, if you remember. Anyway, let's get off of that.
M not P.
Oh, M not P.
Wide receiver for Rutgers.
Oh,
nice.
Mr. Activated was a wide receiver for Rutgers before he became a rapper, I guess.
Huh.
That's new. I gotta be, like I said, I haven't even had an opportunity to find any of my new friends that we've made and connect with everybody. I downloaded Calligraphy's 10 songs that they gave me. They're already on the overnight. So Mr. Activated is one of the songs there. So he's going to be on there. Mall Black is on there. There's a couple other songs by all the guys from Calligraphy.
You know what's really cool is the fact that you were able to interact with the type of community that we want to support and, you know, put out front and who are advocates for the cannabis space and are proud to be a part of the cannabis community and movement. And it's just perfect alignment with what we hope to do with this platform. You
Absolutely.
know what I mean?
And like I said, I've been a fan of Billy Blaze since I met Calligraphy, and I've watched him, and he's an amazing person. The shit he does for his community is amazing. I can't wait to have him up here and to have him be able to brag and tell everybody about the shit that he's done for Ohio. And it's just amazing.
Well, you know, I think that when we have opportunities to speak with people that are doing things in the community like that, it gives other people who may not even know that they can help out in these kind of ways.
Give them the opportunity to become an activist themselves. Hey, I can do something as well.
Yeah, exactly. To understand what the potential is and possibilities are, and, you know, maybe how to implement that sort of strategy yourself in your own area.
Or just, you know, make adjustments to something to make it even better.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just adjust something to, you know, this is good, but we can make it better by doing this or whatever, you know? So let's go on. Glass people. Holy shit. They are fucking awesome. First off, I get over there. First off, I wasn't even over there. I hadn't even gotten to them yet. My buddy Stankbud went over there because he's had this plan to buy Muck a carb cap for his dab rig. And he wanted it to be made into a hat, Muck's orange white hat.
Yeah.
Well, he went and he asked them. He went and he asked them if they could do it. Did they do it? My fucking God, they made two, one for Muck and one for him. They were fucking gorgeous.
Yeah.
They came out amazing.
Orange with purple dots.
Orange with purple dots, swirls in them. And they gave them the ability to make them into necklaces as well. So they can put a lanyard through it and they can wear it as art as well. Absolutely fucking gorgeous. Shout out to all the artists over there at the Glass. But wait, there's more. So while I'm over there, I talk to him and I say, you know, I really have been looking for a new glass nectar collector. And he says, what the fuck is a nectar collector? You're one of those. Just because I nectar collect doesn't mean I'm a bad person. I'm just kidding. No, I'm just kidding.
Just makes you an outsider.
No, he was cool as shit. They had another. Some of them were getting ready to leave because they had to go do another event somewhere, and so the other two were staying. So we talked, we discussed, and I said I want an orange and purple, just like Muck's colors, new nectar collector, and he made it for me. And it's gorgeous. and I gave it back to him. He's going to make a couple little adjustments because my tip wasn't staying in the appropriate way. So, and he's took my address and he is going to ship it to me. I should have it in less than a week.
Right.
And when I have it, I cannot wait to show it off. Also able to become a lanyard, and I mean, put a lanyard on it and wear it as a necklace as well. Amazing. They were fucking amazing. And that's the young lady who was doing the mushrooms as well. The microdosing packages of mushrooms.
Right. Yeah. You know, for what you're talking about with the nectar collector. So basically you have the body of the nectar collector and you have the tip, and the tip is able to come off, correct?
Yeah. Mine's a metal tip. And I said, if you have a glass one, because I know you told me the other day, ideally you want to go with glass. I've tried glass ones before and I really didn't like it. But I feel like because they're always so big, and I don't want a big fucking hole. I want a tiny hole, you know?
Yeah.
I'm new with this little fella here, and I need
Well,
different hole. Different hole. Sorry. I
Like,
was thinking with my dick.
if they would have gone 4 millimeter on the glass, and then a narrower straw section, right?
Guidelines fable.
Just a tip, Lo. No, but I was going to say, have you ever seen the bong clip?
Yes, I have a couple clips, but it wouldn't have worked.
So that's all you really need for something like that, because with the nectar collector, you're always holding it down. So the tendency is going to be for that tip to want to slide out, right? So if you can clip it, then
he said I can go back and put a ridge on it if you want me to. And I was like, you know what? You take your time. It's absolutely gorgeous. Do what you want to do and send it to me. I trust you. Send it to me. You're going to be on the show. I'm going to have all of them on the show at different times, because there's like 6 or 7 of them that are all hanging out in that van together, living together. Just a tip. Everybody's talking about the
tip. Well, see, Nick is saying ceramic tips are great also. Now, ceramic is really nice for dabbing. It's a really clean taste. It holds the heat well, but there is a downfall with ceramic. And the downfall with ceramic is that it doesn't expand, right? So every time you heat something, be it titanium or glass, there's always expansion, right? Heat causes expansion of the material. And the problem with ceramic is because it's such a good insulator that when you're heating your nail on one side, it's expanding on one side, but not expanding around the other side. So there's a tendency to crack ceramic very, very easily in the heating process. So when you use ceramic, you really have to be diligent about, the continuous motion of the torch, so you're evenly heating it all the way around. Because if you don't, you end up cracking that nail. And that is from experience. I'm saying that because I did it God knows how many times. And you go to do a dab, and the next thing you know is you got this beautiful white ceramic nail, and you got a line down the side that's brown from where your dabs gone.
Son of a
bitch. So, yeah.
And then all that beautiful nectar that's caught in that line, and I'm like,
like
re-hit that shit,
Once you see that nail's dead, right? It's no good. And they're about $30 a pop, $25 a pop for those.
It's all about, it's like Nick said, it's about heating and knowing what you're doing, heating it to the right temperature. I've seen guys that are like sitting there with a thermometer in their dab rig, actually
and
waiting.
Those are the guys who are trying to dab at like 500 degrees. So I saw that Billy Blaze said he had an e-nail set up on a glass piece. I'd be curious at what temperature he'd set the e-nail to.
Billy Blaze.
Just as curiosity. Yeah, it does retain the heat better, that's for sure, Nick. I'd agree with that fact, absolutely, but you just have to be careful with heating ceramic. I mean, ceramic's really nice, and once you understand the dynamic of how it's going to react to the heat.
It takes a bunch of work to study, to learn.
It just takes a little trial and error, right? You spend the money a few times and you figure it out.
Yeah, so that's so they made me a beautiful one, and I can't wait for it to get here. And it's like I said, it's purple, and it came out awesome. And they told me the story, and I don't want to screw it up, but I'm gonna. So please, if you're out there, don't be mad. But I'm gonna try to repeat the story. So I think that they were in the desert, traveling, doing their stuff, glass blowing, and going to a festival or something to that effect.
Yep.
And their dog dug up some gold in the desert, some sort of a gold glass or something like that.
Okay.
I really don't know the whole story because I was really, really high. Thank you, Billy Blaze. And
Billy Blaze.
Billy Blaze, I couldn't stop getting high. The man, every time I walked past him, he had a gun shooting shit in my mouth. I was like, oh, look at this. It even looks like I'm holding it.
It does.
Holy shit. I don't even want to move my hand. But anyway, where was I? Oh, so the dog dug up this gold, and then so this little bubble that he blew out into the bottom where the nectar actually collects into is clear, and it looks like a teardrop or a bubble of some sort dripping down from it, and it's got that gold in it, and you can see it when you hold it a certain way. And when he said when it starts to collect the nectar, you're going to really be able to see the gold stand out in it. And I was like, it was fucking gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous, and I can't wait to get it.
Nice. Yeah, see, that's exactly it. Both Jessica said I heard it was around 500 temp on the email, and Anthony says 450 to 500, and those are bang on the numbers, right? Some people like hot dabs, and one of the first emails I got when I was selling them wholesale, dabbing was kind of in its infancy, right? This is 2014, 2015. This came with two temperature settings, 800 degrees and 1,000 degrees, and it would just kill you. And it took me a while to understand that low temp dabbing is a much finer experience. Like, you can get higher on a single dab if you dab at 1,000 degrees, but you lose the flavor, and there's no proof of it or anything, but they say that there's a possibility that when you dab that hot, you're changing the molecular structure of the cannabis, and it could be turning it into a harmful type thing, right? Like a carcinogenic. Right. But there's no real proof of that, so it's just a wise tale or a rumor, let's say. But when you're dabbing at 450 to 500 degrees, you're getting all that beautiful flavor, right? And that's what makes concentrate so unique. I agree. Not only the high potency, but the flavor profiles within the strains are phenomenal. Yeah, and you lose that when you dab too hot. So I'd rather do two dabs at a low temperature than one at a high temperature.
Yeah, and I'm gonna say I didn't know that, and when I first started, I was a hot temperature dabber, and I thought that I was doing it right. And then when I met you, you were the one that told me that I'm doing them too hot, and if I want to enjoy them and enjoy the flavor, I need to let that red tip cool down for a few seconds before diving right in. Because, like I said, I'm a nectar collector, not a dab rigger.
And you got a titanium tip on there, so you definitely don't want it red.
Yeah, well, I'm going to change. Well, the new
titanium to red, you're at like 1,100 degrees. You know,
actually, if the glass people are here and they're listening, if you happen to hear it, I should actually just say, you know what? If you can make a glass tip for that, I'll pay you extra if I have to. And just turn it into a nice small glass tip, I would be thrilled.
Yeah, cold starter is real nice too. You got a good point there, Anthony. I enjoy that also from time to time because you do have more control. You can see as soon as you liquefy and you get that first hint of vapor, and then you know you're ready to rock. So,
oh, absolutely, Lauren.
Yeah, that is why.
Yeah, and that's like even when we were hanging with Stank Bud, and Stank Bud came with a shitload of dabs. They were good dabs, and we had a great time. But he's a very hot dabber. Dab rig. He put that torch on the bottom of that shit for like 30 minutes before we were going. I was like, dude, is that thing gonna go on fire? And I was like, but I did a few with them, and I was okay. I didn't die. I wasn't choking my brains out. I had a couple little coughs, but I held my own. I think I did pretty well. My daughter told me in her little note that she wrote me this morning, she said, "Oh, by the way, I want to let you know that if you need to borrow my inhaler, because she came down last night she came down to borrow my nectar collector and my torch because she received some dabs during the vacation from Mr. Blaze and some other people as well, that, she was going to nectar collect. And she's not one that does dabs very often. She likes them, but she's more of a flower girl.
Yeah.
So she likes to do her bong rips. She's a bong ripper. But
like your daddy.
She came down and she came down and she heard me and she wrote me a note during the night saying, if you're in the morning when you wake up, if you need my inhaler, just let me know because you are wheezing like you're about to die. And I said,
Yeah.
I'm okay. It's just a long weekend of a whole lot of smoke, baby. You know that.
Yeah. I only ever seen one person tolerate it well. Like there were a few people that told me they wanted hot dabs, and I was like, no, you don't. And they insisted, so I gave it to them the way they wanted. And they have sweat dripping off the end of their nose and dripping off their elbows, and just wreck them for hours. But then I had a customer of mine from Nova Scotia.
Douglas, how are you?
Down in Montreal for a hockey game, and she came with her husband. And I had him over to the house, and we were doing some dabs. And her husband's like, he says, "No, I like my dabs hot." And I'm like, "No, this is, you don't trust me." And he's like, "Oh yeah, I do." So I gave him to him just the way he wanted. He took that thing in. He didn't cough. He didn't sweat. He did nothing. He just tolerated it like it was a walk in the park, like he had just breathed some vapor in from the freezer. You know what I mean? Just incredible. Some people can tolerate it and like it that way, but for the most part, cooler temp dabs are generally better tolerated by most.
I have to agree. I would rather do 2 or 3 at a low temperature, just the right temperature where it melts for a couple seconds and then you get a nice hit. It doesn't hurt. You blow that shit out and you're like, yeah.
Yeah.
And you're not choking your brain out. You're not coughing. And of course, the quality of dabs is always a better. It helps as well. I feel like,
Yeah.
when you're getting a quality dab, not a second or third run through, a third attempt at trying to get dabs out of some flour,
Well, it depends on what you're looking at, right? If you're looking at shatter, the most important thing you want to look at when you're looking at a piece of shatter is for bubbles inside. You want to see no bubbles in there at all. There should be no bubbles inside that shatter.
Bubbles bad?
No bubbles inside, because shatter's like
I know. I'm saying bubbles are bad.
Bubbles are bad.
I've seen bubbles in my shatter before, numerous times.
There shouldn't be bubbles. There should be exploded bubbles, which maybe are little holes or pits inside where you can see that the bubbles
too.
But there should be no actual bubble inside, because when those go into a degassing oven, which they need to do, right? If you're making shatter using a hydrocarbon, butane, or propane, it has to be degassed afterwards. You have to remove it all. Now, it's volatile, so yeah, that's exactly what it means. So the problem is that most butane
you pop your own bubbles when you get home. Like if you come across them and you see bubbles,
no, it's got to be.
You're like,
it's got to be heat. You got to use the heat. So like, if you don't have a degassing oven, let's say you're open blasting at home, doing your own with a tube and a can of butane, you can get a little slick pad, a little silicone mat, and put it into the bottom of a frying pan. Put your dabs on there and set your oven to your stovetop to the lowest temperature it can be, and then watch it. Because what happens is that butane and propane are volatile in the minus 30 to 45 degree range. So as soon as the temperature comes above that, that already wants to become a gas, right? So as you warm it up, those gas bubbles rise to the surface and they'll burst, and the gas is gone. It's gone. It's gone. If you use a degassing oven, it's the same thing, except you don't have to heat it as high, and you're using a vacuum to pull out all those bubbles of gas. So when you find that there are bubbles in your shatter, then it's a concern, because it could be trapped butane or trapped propane in there. And that's not a good sign. So, that's one thing to look out for. Now, when you're looking at crumble and some of these others, which are whipped,
the sugars and the sand and the batters.
Well, there are different techniques, right, that are used to create those. So let's say when
I saw you, Fable. I saw that. I just didn't want to cut him off. I saw it. Thank you so much. I'm interested, and I will talk to you in a few minutes.
Just never dab. No, but that's the thing, right? Some of them are whipped products, so you'll take your concentrate from your closed loop system and you pour it into the tray. Or what ends up happening is you get your pour off, but eventually you're out of butane inside, so that's not liquid anymore. So the bottom of your collection pot and the side where you're pouring off will solidify, and you'll still have a lot of concentrate there. Like out of, let's say, 130 grams in one run for me. By the time I had poured off what we would call the scrape, which is what you had to scrape out of the collection container, might still be anywhere from 15 to 20 grams. But once you start manipulating it like that, then it has a different quality afterwards. So a lot of guys will take that off and kind of whip it, right? So they'll whip it up so that they can remove the gas that way and let it sit, and then it becomes what they call crumble, or
butter batter. I had this batter this weekend. It was definitely like a whipped item.
Yeah.
And it was like very white.
Yeah.
It was but when I put, because I'm a nectar collector, I kind of push it down in the container it comes in, and then I just kind of work my way around, This stuff was amazing. It was so good. It was, first off, it tasted great. But then on top of it, it was easy to work with, not too sticky, not too, usually you touch that stuff and you bring your finger out and you have a glob of it on your finger that you either got to get rid of, lick, eat, or whatever,
Well, you know what the difference is, right? With the batters you're talking about, they have more of a waxy consistency and a little bit more of a moisture in there, a little bit more liquidy. And what that liquidy is the terpenes. Because terpenes are solvents, right? So they can act as a solvent. So what happens is that those terpenes are starting to come out of the concentrate itself. So that's the essential oils are kind of rising to the surface, right, as they're pulling out of there. And that's why you can handle it easier, because it has that essential oil kind of on it. So that gives a little bit of lubrication. But that's also
right here. Nick
flavor
says
comes
he
from,
dabs
right?
it behind his ears.
Yeah. There you go.
Like live
But those terpenes are what the flavor is. So when you're saying it tastes amazing, it's because of all those terpenes now being present, right, and becoming accessible as they come out of your concentrate. So that's why you get like diamonds and terp sauce and things like that from the process. Yeah, like live rosin. But if you let live rosin sit for a while, like if you make your rosin and you let it sit, you'll see it'll start to get a little bit oily, You'll see the oils come out of it, and that's basically your terpenes coming. So that's where the flavor is.
Now that I have this new member,
I'm
thinking I'm going to get Stank Bud to do a dab off of it.
Well, it's gonna turn brown or black on you for sure.
It'll probably burn a little too, but it has to be done.
Maybe.
It has to be
But some guys get pierced, right? So I'm sure you can handle a little burn.
I can handle. It's like getting a what are those things?
Ritual scarification.
Right, like the tattoos, but I forget what. Yeah.
Right.
Well, we got to do 420 and some commercials. Happy 420 to everybody out there. Thank you for giving me another opportunity to get high. Much love. Smoke weed every fucking day.
And it's colder when it's hot. We smoke off the pot every single day. If you're ever in need, we smoke lots of weed every single day. Well, I know it seems like all I ever talk about is smoking weed, but I know you like it too. And my bag don't have a seat, so I'm motivated singing songs and puffing lots of cannabis. I've been to Amsterdam a time or two, and hallelujah for it. Sheba double bubble gum and lots of cream, Moroccan hash, purple power, yellow cab. I love the juicy fruity grass. If you want answers on the positive effects of sticky rain, just hang with me, and in one day we'll smoke more than you've ever seen. It's cold when it's hot, we smoke lots of pot every single day.
Everybody,
we smoke lots of weed every single day. Puffing trees and singing songs, rolling blunts and packing bongs every single day. So if you plan on stopping by, you can plan on getting high every single day. And you know it, clap your hands. If you're lifted and you show it, clap your hands. Now we're all getting silly. I am goofy and I'm proud. Making music that is funny, floating on a puppy cloud. I'd like to be my friend, cause there is no stress involved. If you're having trouble with something,
you should have stopped smoking after the first day.
In misery, cause life is good and so is weed.
Yeah, like a sugar, eh, Jacob?
You had a fucking great
like
time.
a brown sugar type texture.
single day, every single day. If you're ever in need, you know it's because of weed. Every single day, every single day. Puffing, drinking, singing songs, rolling, rustling back and bones. Every single day, every single day. So if you plan on stopping by, every single day.
Love everybody. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much for being here today. We still got plenty of time. Got to do a couple commercials, though. We'll be right back.
Yeah, I want to touch on what Tish is talking about with the nano emulsified products.
Absolutely.
Are you in the Ellensville or Middletown, New York area? Revamp your space with Collins Paints Ltd. Ugly walls.
Tish about the nano products that you carry. Nano emulsion is really the best potential delivery method for cannabinoids.
Say goodbye to the boring beige and hello to possibilities of bright and vibrant colors. The Collins Paint and team are a group of skilled professional painters who will turn your vision into reality. Call
How you
Collins
doing, Matt?
TV today.
Hi, Matthew. How are you? Good to see you, bud.
Monday through Fridays, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Saturdays, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Call them at 845-869-8176.
Hey, Dad, your prescription will be ready in just a minute. Hey, Dad, your laundry will be ready in just a minute.
Welcome, everybody. Thank you so much for
your
being
lunch will
here.
be ready in just
If
a
you
minute.
have any weed-oriented or any kind of
Why don't
questions,
you take
you know, weed or drug-related, I guess,
When you
Dr.
help
High
care
is
for a
here to
loved
help
one,
you.
You give them as much
Like
as
you
you
say,
can,
no to all
making
bad
sure they're
drugs.
safe and comfortable.
No to all
But
bad drugs.
just as important, you take some time for yourself.
Yes
At
to
AARP, we can help with information and useful tips on how you can
Cannabis and mushrooms.
balance, care for your own physical
Absolutely,
and mental
Matthew. I'm
well-being,
so glad
and
you're
manage
here.
the
Thank you so
challenges
much for
of
being
caring
here.
for a loved one. Because the better care you take of yourself, the better care you can provide for your loved one.
Thanks, Dad.
Like I said, we're here every day,
You're there
Monday
for them.
through
We're
Friday,
here
from
for you.
noon until
Find free care
2-ish.
guides to
Usually
support you and your loved one
2:30-ish.
at aarp.org/caregiving.
Never before 2.
aarp.org/caregiving.
Unless
Public
there's
service
something
announcement
crazy
brought
going
to you
on, like
by
we got the doctor's
AARP and
appointment
the
or
Ad
something.
Council.
My wife tried to tell me I had a doctor's appointment today. I was like, no, I don't.
All
And
right,
they
class.
went back and looked.
Let's
and they
hear
were like,
what everyone
oh,
did this
Elizabeth.
weekend. Jill?
Well, I raised my older
You need to set up some time.
Absolutely,
100
Matthew.
years old. My mom said I must have set a record or something. And then we went down by a stream and perched up on this huge rock and saw all of these little minnows swimming around way below us. And then I rescued my little brother from an evil slug king who was guarding him at the bush fortress. And my sister
Yeah,
and I
Curly
brought
Kel, you might want to get those mushrooms out of your car
and then
before
we
you
all
drive
laid out
around
and
with them.
told stories until it got dark. And the
I don't
Big
want you
Dipper
to
let
go
us
to jail
all the
on
way
my
home.
account.
No,
Where were you, Jill? Yeah. We went to the
that would
forest.
not be good.
Not that far away. Anyone want to come this weekend?
Is there like a
Ask your
level
parents
of
to take you and your
mushrooms that you
friends to
can
the
have
forest
with
this
it
week
is not
and find the
illegal?
fun,
Like,
adventurous you.
No, not psilocybin.
Check out Discover the Forest.
the mushrooms.
what if it's
Sponsored by
already
the
been
US
made
Forest
into
Service
food?
and
Like
the
it's
Ad
made
Council.
into food, you know?
They can
Safe
test
by
for it
bottled
then.
water.
Yeah.
Holistic Health Water has certified medical grade water ionizers that make 7
All right,
types of
last
water,
commercial. We're
including
coming
healthy
back.
alkaline. There's a
Smoke 'em if you
5
got 'em.
micron filter that lasts up to a year, and each machine lasts 25 to 30 years. Simply attach to your faucet or install under your sink. Even get a mineral spa unit for your shower. Go to ownyourwater.org to get a free ebook. Plus, pay for any machine in full and get an extra filter free. Change your water and change your life. Ownyourwater.org.
WTHC. Good afternoon and good morning to everybody out there. Make sure you're getting up and waking and baking. You're hanging with the Hippie and Dr. High. We're here. I am fresh off of one of the greatest weekends of my entire life, OVDJ Campout. Woo, woo! Smoke weed every day. Oh, my God. It was so fucking cool. I can't calm down. I've been going crazy. I'm lucky I slept last night. I mean, I was exhausted, so I know I
Yeah.
slept last night. But, you know, I came home and I wanted to talk to Mrs. Hippie the whole fucking night and tell her story, but she went to bed. She was bummed. She was like, I got to work.
Brandon.
Got time for this shit. Good morning, Brandon.
Well, it's not the same when you're not there, I guess. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, but she was pissed. She saw all the pictures and she was like, it looks like you guys had a really good time. I should have went.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should have, you dipshit.
Yeah.
Just because
No,
you're
no.
embarrassed of me because I'm a puppet. You don't have to be embarrassed.
You're a well hung puppet now.
Yeah, she has a different attitude today.
That's right.
When she saw me this morning, she was like, "Oh, how you doing?"
She was like, "Hippie, that's the first time I've seen you at Morning Wood ever."
Morning Wood in years. Now I can't even walk around without my robe showing it's in one of our songs that we play. One of our friends plays a song where it says, I don't remember, maybe Muck. It might be Muck, where it says something about waking up and you can't walk around with a robe with a hard on or something. I don't know. Yes, I am a man. I was confused for many years. I was confused on my gender. But I have decided that I am going to identify.
There seems to be a lot of that going on in the world these days, Hippie, so you're not alone.
Oh, dabbing and dabs. I can't wait. Let's do it. I can't go without my friend, though.
Dabbing with dads.
Dr. High has to come with me. He controls the puppet.
Nice. Dabbing with dads show. Absolutely. I swear cannabis made me a better parent.
Me too.
Me too. My wife swears on it too.
No, Vern's already making me a vag, so I have something to do. But my vag is going to have eyes. It's going to turn into a puppet.
They all have eyes.
It's going to talk. Yeah, well, this one's going to have a good attitude and not yell at me.
Oh, jeez. That's funny.
One is going to be connected to me, so it's not going to yell and curse me out and say no.
It never says no. Huh?
And then have teeth, yes, as you fold the labias back and stuff. Yes, it's going to have all of that. Yeah, we're working on it already.
It's like that flower from that little shop of horrors, eh? The Venus flytrap.
Suddenly Seymour. Suddenly Seymour. Standing beside me. Anyway, I mean, I can keep going forever. I can keep going forever. I didn't even get to go. Like I'm sure I've ran into everybody at one point or another. Me Too, Fable. It's one of my favorite movies ever. Feed me. Actually play there. I play it on the radio all the time. I play that both songs. But anyway, I didn't get to go around like a lot of people went around and like stopped at everybody's campsites and hung out and, got to chill with everybody. I didn't do that because I feel like everybody came to our campsite at one point or another. And at the same time, I'm fat and lazy, so I didn't want to get up and walk around. I was high. I was stoned. I was like, I'm not getting up and going.
There's something about being high in the outdoors too. That's so nice, right? In a campground.
Oh, it's
the color, like the greens are just more green.
Speaking of that, at some point, a neighbor somewhere in the area screamed at the top of their lungs, "Shut the fuck up!" from up in the woods in the crowd. So I heard somebody scream from across the street in the woods. They were not happy that we were partying so late into the night.
They should know what kind of property you're on, and they
should watch their tone, or the Sentinels are going to stop by and tell them to shut the fuck up.
Because I'm sure certain events that would not be tolerated.
Yeah, they were so nice. The Sentinels came out after, and we were cleaning up. We were still there because we were one of the first ones there, last to leave. That's WTHC radio, bro. Whoa. So we weren't the last to leave, but we were in the small few that were still there. One of the women as a member, lifetime member, her husband might even be one of the bigwigs from what she said. Now I don't know, I don't know anything, but so anyway, she came by and she said, "I just want to let you know that we've had numerous events here, and even when the Sentinels themselves have events here, everybody leaves it as a pigsty, and we have to walk around and clean up." She said, "I want you guys to know that this group of people are the most courteous and polite, the cleanest." They said, "I cannot believe how beautiful the land looks at this time of the day. Usually we're all out here cleaning for days. We got to come, there's garbage cans full of garbage." But I said, that's because we're happy people. We're not people that are here to fucking cause issues. Everybody's high and everybody's smiling. Yeah. Everybody's here to have a good time. And, we know what we have to do. We're just not morons.
You don't meet a lot of disrespectful stoners.
No,
You know
never.
what I mean?
I'm telling you, I didn't meet one jerk there the whole weekend. I mean, Curly Kell was there, but besides that, I'm just kidding, Kelly. I love you.
And you know, in the whole world would be better, Brandon, if everybody understood that all you got to do is
Exactly,
respect.
Anthony.
You don't have to agree. You don't have to believe in what other people believe. You don't have to like what they like or any of it, but just respect their choices. That's it. You know, and we wouldn't have people, we wouldn't have Karens in the world and stuff like that, right? If people just respected each other. And respect is really where it's all at. You know what I mean? 100%. Couldn't agree anymore.
Oh, I'm close to Philly. I'd be in Philly anytime. I'm in PA myself. I'm in the Poconos. So, 2 hours, I'm there. Unfortunately, Dr. High cannot come to Philly, but I can have him on StreamYard or something.
No. Can't do the USA. I am persona non grata from America.
Pardon me. I'm coughing my brains
out. So this is what I'm curious about. I know that Kelly and Lori were packing up all their undergarments for Muck Sticky.
No, nothing.
They make them on the stage.
They chickened out.
Oh, come on.
I won $2 though. Speaking of that, there was a beautiful young lady in the crowd when we got up there the first night, and she was very attractive, beautiful young lady standing in the crowd. But when I came up, now she may or may not have been under the influence, and that's okay for me. I mean, definitely she was under the influence of weed, but I don't know if she was drinking or not. I wasn't a part of her crowd. Very nice young lady dancing in the crowd. But when I walked up, she kind of put her arms up to, cheer or whatever, and some of her boobies came out of the bottom of her shirt.
Just some of them.
Yeah, not all of them,
And
but some of them.
And some didn't. How many came out?
Some of them stayed up inside, and the majority a little bit came out the bottom. The majority of them stayed in the top of the.
And how many did she have?
Two. They were nice. Yeah. But anyway, the long story short is I walk up to my daughter.
Lori was showing off hers too.
No, Lori was a very good girl.
Oh.
Maybe once.
Maybe you missed it.
Maybe she showed her bathing suit at one point.
Well, she did say last week that she was very proud of them. So
she is. She should be.
I would not be surprised.
It's quite a set. But anyway, so I walk up to my daughter and I say, we're talking about, throwing stuff. We were talking about it earlier or whatever, joking around. And I said to my daughter, the girl in the pink, $1 says she's the one that throws her top up onto the stage. And my daughter says, you're on. And then I walk over to my buddy Stank Bud and I said, $1 says the girl in the pink. He said, no way, man. It's too cold or something to that effect.
Too cold.
Well, guess what? Ha ha! I am $2 richer, baby.
Nice.
That shit right up on the store.
That's a score. Next trip to the dispensary is going to be a little easier on your pocket.
Yeah, right.
Nice.
And then I don't know if she was the same girl, but it was another girl when Muck came and was sitting with us and we were hanging out. She came over and she was like, hey, there was two of them, actually, two young ladies, very attractive. Shout out to the two young ladies that came over to our tent. And they came over and they were like, hey, Muck, can you sign our boobs? And he was like, absolutely. And of course, and I was like, I'm here if you want. And they were like, what the fuck are you? And I was like, damn it. But everybody else turned their heads.
Check out my junk.
Everybody else turned their heads. The hippie was like, nice boobs.
Well, you got them alien glasses on. Ain't nobody really knows which way your eyes are pointing.
Yep. They didn't know I was looking, but I was staring the whole time.
You were high enough this weekend that they were going around like a little cartoon, huh? Little springs popping out.
Right. I was not doing anything. That's what I told her. I'm just sitting here, but everybody else caught me. They were like, hippie's just staring.
Yeah.
Because I was sitting behind Muck, and I was kind of looking over his shoulder, so they weren't paying attention because they're looking at Muck signing the boobs. And I'm like, yeah.
And you know what? Muck was probably feeling like you did the first time you met Kelly. He was wondering what that hot breath was on the back of his neck.
Right.
He was right up on him trying to see what was going on, eh?
Right. He could officially say the hippie sniffed his neck because that's how close I was when he was signing the boobs. I was like Curly Kell close, like right up on my neck, sniffing. Yeah. That's funny you said that.
Did anybody else get a chance to fist you while you were away?
I may or may not have been fisted. At points, I was lost and I was found.
I was lost and found.
Yeah, I made a trip down to the penis factory. I made a trip down to the penis factory on my own, and somehow I got back. I don't know what I did while I was down there, but that was a chance we took because I was like, "Don't drop it in the mill."
Lori got you.
Lori fisted me. She got tiny fists because I didn't even feel it.
Not after the fist you're used to.
Right, I got big hands.
See, now I can't tell the difference between Lori and Kelly because they both got the same profile pic.
Everybody's gonna have, that's the
four. Now.
I know it sucks. Damn it! And they both got rid of my WTHC radio sign, so now it's no more promoting WTHC, I guess.
Sons of goons. Sure it is. Promoting the activities guys enjoyed over the weekend. It's so cool that you can interact, with this community that way, with the people who share time with us,
Absolutely.
Kind of neat.
Can't wait. And then we just got asked to go to Philly with Dab. So, yeah, I'm down with that. Dabbing with dads. So I'll be down in Philly.
Is that Tish?
TH&C is still trying to put on. They're going to put that event on. And Muck said he's down. As long as everything can work out, we're going to be going
New Brunswick. I could make the trip.
Nova Scotia, New Brunswick.
Yeah, I'm good in Canada.
Next year in July. This weekend, unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to get there. I'm sad. That reminds me to reach out to Elvis today, guys. Somebody remind me to reach out to Elvis and tell him that I will not be in Kutztown, Pennsylvania this weekend. There's a 420 Canna Festival this weekend, and I want to go, but it's a 2-hour ride from my house, and I'm really kind of tired of being in the car right now, and my finances aren't quite the same as they were. Well, they are exactly the same. I was broke before this trip, and I'm still broke now.
That's right.
They're exactly the same.
That's the beautiful thing about being broke, man, is you usually can't get more broke. So everything is on the upturn. You know what I mean?
Cullen, good to see you, Cullen. Welcome back. Yes, Tailored Herbs and Concentrates is going to be putting on a huge 420 festival in July of next year, and the details will be released as they come to me.
And I can tell you from going to the.
I think. Hold on 1 second, Dr. High. I think it's going to be like Hippie and Dr. High and Tailored Herbs and Concentrates presents Muck Sticky and whoever else that we may or may not be getting.
All of you Americans who are unlike me with a past can enjoy Canada's legal cannabis industry, and I can tell you that we have here locally the Indigenous Cannabis Cup, which is an incredible event because it's not constrained by the same
law
regulation that the legal environment here is in Canada, right? Because they're free to set their own guidelines in their community. And when it comes to cannabis, they're very, very open to it, very positive, very cannabis friendly and cannabis open. It's not such it's not such a stigma within that community, right? So the fact that they're going to do that in New Brunswick and Burt Church, that would be an event that I would just love to attend, and I know that I could.
I think you're running. I don't know if I'm sure, but I think you might be running part of it. Me and you.
Oh, there we go.
We're hosting it. You and I, WTF.
Oh, I was going to say, as long as you're running the judging table, I'm good.
Yes, I'm judging the booby competition.
Oh, I'd like to be judging the cannabis. You can judge the boobs. I'll take the cannabis.
All right, and you bring me the roaches.
Doc, think Robert from Vibe Chill. Oh, okay, Tish, you're part of the Canna Globe Network, like I am. Oh, okay, so that's why you're talking about nano-emulsified products, because we have the same products, you and I, Tish, because I am also a Canna Globe partner.
Oh, so you guys have the same dispensary thing.
Same supplier. Yep.
Oh, very cool.
Network. That's pretty interesting. I thought I might have recognized when you were popping in, but because you were coming in from YouTube, I wasn't sure.
Oh, goodness.
Cannabis Temple University.
QVDO.
Yeah, and there's a community that has a long history with cannabis also, right? The Black community. So, you know, cannabis is really universal. It doesn't matter where, you know, geographically you come from or what it's all about. I mean, cannabis is across almost every nationality, even in the Muslim countries where, you know, you would think it would be more of a taboo, but this is the hash culture. Right. When you get into Afghanistan and Pakistan and India, and well, not India so much, but
you know what I'm thinking? If we could turn this green party into a green party, you know, and like instead of, you know, Ralph Nader kind of shit, but put somebody in charge of it and make a green party, maybe this world would be a fucking better place. I don't know.
Oh, you're a QVEO. Very good. Yep. So am I. I haven't done any training for people yet, though. You know what's going to happen, though, Hippie? This is going to be part of the evolution, right? Right now, politicians are still kind of afraid to be really pro-cannabis because a good section of society that votes, the voting people in society, which are what politicians really care about, right? They don't care about all of them. They care about the constituency that actually shows up at the polling, at the ballot box and actually makes that vote. And right now, you still have that segment of the population, that older segment, who tend to be more into the voting scene than the younger people do, right? Younger people have a different kind of psychology towards voting. And I don't blame them because, you know, it kind of seems like a futile process because you figure what my vote's not going to change all this corruption. So what are we going to do?
Well, so, but wait for a second. What I'm not saying like it would have to be like a different green party, you know, not like the one that Ralph Nader or Bernie's trying to run.
Right.
You know, it needs to be a green party because then you're going to pull from all facts of life because everybody has somebody or has experienced weed in their life, you know, and there's different opinions. And I feel like if you pulled that, all of us together and made a stand, you know, we can make a difference. There's a lot of us now.
Well, yeah, because we're getting older, right? So we're becoming more into that generation that kind of traditionally has held power in both of our countries. So you'll start to see it become more open. You know, like you're already seeing the whispers and hints of it going on, but it's still not. They're still not ready to come really out in full blown support, right? So.
What are we fucking waiting for?
It's funny because I'd really like to know the truth right now about our prime minister because, as you know, they had the G20 summit last week or the week before in India.
Right.
And he was delayed leaving the country for what the media was claiming was a mechanical issue with the plane.
He got caught with weed.
Well, funnily enough, the media in India are speculating that there were drugs found on the plane, probably cannabis. And that was the reason that they were delayed leaving was while they dealt with this issue. But, you know, the media is not necessarily completely upfront about it. So we were hearing reports from India that say this, and then the Canadian media is saying something different. It would be really interesting to know the truth. You know what I mean?
Oh, there's always that, you know, there's this and there, and then the truth.
Yeah.
It's your
But,
story.
you know, I wouldn't be surprised, right? Because Trudeau was the one who legalized cannabis here. Cannabis wasn't legal until he became prime minister. So, you know, I really kind of credit him for that positive thing that he's done for our society anyway. You know what I mean? So that's good. Pussies. Just looking through the chat.
Yeah, please look through the chat because I've lost track of it. Sorry. All right. So anyway, my daughter just returned my nectar collector. I can do dabs again today. Ooh. I'll see you later, Biddy. Love you too.
Well, you know, and that's the whole thing, Tish, because every product through Canaglobe is in compliance with the 2018 Farm Bill. So there should be no issues with moving with that product, and that would be a good reason to have the documentation with you. But the TSA are a different bunch, right? Because they take airport security very, very seriously after what happened 20 years ago. So it's a whole different ballgame. And I would still be pretty careful, even with the paperwork, because the next thing you're going to know is these guys are going to want to test it. They're going to, you know what I mean? They're going to show positive, then they're going to want, they can really be very difficult individuals to deal with. So even in Canada, when it was fully legal, at one point, I was flying out to visit my father. So I wanted to take cannabis with me because I had a prescription. I could carry it with me. I was allowed to go anywhere in Canada with it. So I wanted to see what it was all about. So when I went to the airport in Montreal, when I was going through the security check, I told them that I had cannabis in my bag. I was a medical cannabis patient, and I had my Health Canada documentation with me. And they looked at my paperwork. They looked at the weed. They zipped everything up nice, and they said, "Thank you very much. Have a good day." And that was it. I was on my flight off to Edmonton. Well, on the flight back from Edmonton, which is a much smaller kind of city, right? Not as busy as a Montreal airport. I went through the same routine because I had not consumed all my cannabis while on vacation, and I was bringing what I didn't use back with me. So I made the same declaration at security. And the next thing you know, the lady that I told goes over to the phone, and she picks up the phone, and she's talking to somebody, and I don't know what she's saying, right? I can't hear the conversation, but I can see her talking. And the next thing you know, out of nowhere, here comes 3 RCMP officers. And they got me surrounded right off the rip, right? And I'm like, oh my God, really? You know? So I told them, I said, listen, guys, I have cannabis. I declared it openly. My Health Canada documentation is right there with it. So, you know, go through it and make sure everything is fine for you guys and no issues. And he actually apologized to me because he said, you know, this is really new for us because it really was the beginning, right? I was one of the first 7,000 people in Canada licensed to cultivate cannabis. So, you know, so they went through my papers and everything was fine, and they thanked me and they sent me on my way. But it was a much different response in Edmonton than it was in Montreal. In Montreal, they weren't even like phased by it at all. You know, so
I love Montreal. Shout out to Montreal. I spent most of my teens
there. Yeah, so it's pretty good.
Smoked a lot of weed in Montreal and drank a lot of beers and looked at a lot of boobies in Montreal.
Yeah, there's no doubt.
Anyway, we got to do commercials, Dr. High. We're running late again, but we'll be right back, everybody. Chill out. I want to thank everybody so much for coming and hanging out with us today. You guys are amazing. Please like, subscribe, share, whatever you're supposed to do. I don't know how to do that stuff. I barely know how to do it myself.
Right now, our country feels divided, but there's a place where people are coming together.
Jacob.
I gotta tell you, I was nervous to
This
talk
day
to
is
someone
flying
so
by,
different than
though.
me.
I can't
Well, you know what it is, right? You're still on the high from the weekend, but after the show today, when you
with different
relax, then it's gonna
and life experiences come together through conversation, and it feels good.
Wow, your story is so
interesting.
Yeah.
When people actually sit down, talk, and listen to one another, they can
You know,
break down
it's funny that
boundaries
you
and
say that
connect
because
with
in
human
Alaska,
beings.
Alaska
At
is one of the first states in the US
loveisnolabels.com/one small step, you can
where
listen to
you can be in
amazing,
possession, I think it was
life-changing
up to 4 ounces
conversations
for
and find
cannabis with
simple
no
tools to
issues
start a
at all
conversation of your own.
in
I'll do one
Alaska.
thing. This conversation gives me
Of
hope.
course it is. How do you get cannabis in Alaska? Because the season's
Take
way too
steps
short
toward
to
bringing
grow it.
our country and your community together by having the courage to start a conversation at lovehasnolabels.com/one small step. A message from StoryCorps, Love Has No Labels, and the Ad Council.
People do some pretty cool things in their 40s and 50s. Why should saving for retirement be any different? I mean, they go back to college, learn new instruments, start skateboarding, Okay, maybe that one's not for everybody, but saving for retirement is. With aceyourretirement.org, you can get on track with your retirement savings no matter your age. Just have a 3-minute chat with Avo, the friendly digital retirement coach from AARP. You'll get personalized recommendations based on your input that are easy to understand and work with your lifestyle. It's quick, easy, and free. Plus, it's sponsored by AARP, so you know they got your back.
Now they moved, Dad.
Thanks, sweetie.
So wherever you are in your retirement savings journey, head to aceyourretirement.org and start chatting with Avo today. That's aceyourretirement.org. A message from AARP and the Ad Council.
Hey, Mississippi, why don't we take a ride to Dauphin, PA today?
Dauphin? What's in Dauphin?
Bella's Badass Crystals.
Oh, but I thought you hang out with them on Facebook and on TikTok.
That's only on Mondays, Tuesdays, Saturdays,
Absolutely.
Sundays. Today I want to go there
say
and
it
pick
again
up all my
on
great
the air
finds.
so you can hear
That
it
sounds
better.
like a great road trip. That's
Hippie
Bella's
dot
Badass Crystals on TikTok
DOT,
and
like a
Facebook.
dot,
But you can also find them on the
period.
top of the mountain in Dauphin, PA.
They are
badass.
You're listening live to WPHC Radio on Live 365.
Discover the natural path to wellness at Tailored Herbs and Concentrates. Herbs! With a passion for holistic health, we are your trusted source for premium herbs and concentrates.
Wait a minute.
Well, thank you,
Our
Wally.
dedicated team is here to guide you on your
I
wellness
feel
journey.
so much
Open
different
7 days a
today.
week, 10
Your puppet puberty. Very nice, Wally.
It just feels more manly now. I just feel like a man.
41 Highway 11, Burnt Church, New Brunswick, Canada. If you need assistance anytime,
I need assistance. I need weed.
just call 506-871-4299. Tailored Herbs and Concentrates.
Where all the potheads go.
WTHC, Tailored Herbs and Concentrates. They're up there listening to. Turn this down, bro. What are you doing?
Where all the potheads go.
Where all the potheads.
Oh, I was just seeing that Muck Sticky there posted his new song for Friday, Get Down. I haven't heard it yet. I like it.
I gotta get it. Yeah, they.
I like it. It's good. It's good. That's pretty cool.
Now they found another planet. Nick's saying that has K2. And it has all the correct compounds to support life. Kelly Collins, did I hear you? No.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. That doesn't surprise me. I mean, all these people that deny the fact that there is other intelligent life someplace in the universe.
Yeah, it's his song on Saturday night. I have it there. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's pretty hard to imagine, right? That of all those billions of stars and hundreds of billions of planets, that there isn't at least one more that has the ability to support life. So,
Yeah.
I think we're seeing more and more, right? So I think what's going on when it comes to alien life actually is you see it all over TV now. So NASA held a press conference about it last week. Congress about a month ago brought up some insiders to testify before Congress. You have plenty of programming on television about aliens, like Ancient Aliens and things like that. And basically, I think they're just now trying to desensitize us so that when the actual announcement comes, we won't be as freaked out. You know what I mean? I think a lot of people will still probably be freaked out, and a lot of people are going to be like, I knew it. You know what I mean? Going to go two different ways, I think.
There it is. All right. Now it's in the banner going across the bottom. hippie.wthcradio@gmail.com.
Uh-oh. You're going to be flooded with all kinds of messages now.
I know. Luckily, I have another one that nobody knows.
Here comes the next 10,000 Telegram sellers.
They're going to make me take it down. It's gone.
Yeah.
There you go.
That's it.
Now it's gone. If you didn't write it down, you lost it.
It's gone. It's gone. Yeah. Yeah, there is no way there's not aliens for sure.
But anyway, what's your time schedule today, sir? Should we continue discussing stuff, or should we?
We can go for a few more minutes.
All right. So what do you want to talk about? I mean, I could talk about the show all day.
Well, keep going. Tell me about Muck Stats.
Oh, my goodness. Pure heaven. First off, I had to hold Curly Kell's jaw shut at one point because the drool was starting to flood the stage area.
It looks like you get pretty close to the stage, eh?
Oh, yeah. Well, it was a smaller crowd. So, I mean, you could get up. Yeah. You wiggle your way up. You push your fat ass one way and the other way, and you got a
He
front
took
row.
his shirt off. Oh, Lord.
He took his shirt off throughout the set. I'm standing next to Curly Kell. I'm trying to pass her a joint, part of the 6-foot joint, actually. And she's standing there like this. With just drool pouring out of her mouth. I'm like,
well, to do that kind of work like he does, you've got to be in pretty good shape because it takes a lot of energy to be up there for an hour and a half, moving around and dancing.
I don't know. I feel like I did a lot of dancing that night too, man. I was wiggling and jiggling.
But you didn't have to sing at the same time, which requires a lot of oxygen.
Oh, he required a lot of audience participation, and I had to sing. I was singing the whole time. It was a fucking great show. It was so much fun. We were so close. There was, like I said, boobies coming out. It was just great. There was doobies everywhere. Billy Blaze in the house throwing joint, come up on the stage. He'd come up on the stage, throw 50, 60 joints out to everybody, and then get back down and walk around with the gun with ounces. My man must have went through 10, 12, 15 ounces throughout the weekend just shooting guns of smoke into people's mouths. You turn around, and here he was again. Boop. I couldn't even film it quick enough. It would come and it would go. It would come.
No, they're intense.
Right
those
down your throat, too.
Yep,
several of those, I got such a head rush.
Yeah.
Of like, holy shit. And then it would calm down immediately.
And you're wondering how you're still standing.
Yep. No, there was a couple times I had to go sit down. I was like, I can't stand no more. I can't. I'm going to either stand, I'm going to fall. But I have a bad leg, so I'm a limp.
But those head rushes are a trip. So
guess what? I had my cane.
Yep.
It was my colorful cane, my hippie cane, but it broke. The handle, the handle broke off a while back, so I sanded it down and made it round on the top.
Okay. Now it's more like a shillelagh.
Yeah, but it's a little short for me, so I was like, you know what? This belongs to you, sir. And I gave it to Muck.
Nice.
And he didn't hit me with it, and it looked like he really liked it.
Yeah.
He got up and he walked around with it. He kind of did some strolling around with it. He kind of did his Muck sticky walk with it, and it kind of all. And he said, I think I'm going to find a top, and I'm going to put it on here. And
just like Willy Wonka, strolling through.
Yeah, exactly. He was walking up and down the campsite. They did? Oh, I didn't even think about that. Holy shit. So we was able to get it home? They said, surprisingly, they let him through security with it.
Nice.
Yeah. I mean, it's a cane. You can tell it's an obvious cane. It's not like it's but it is a big stick of wood, that could beat people.
Hey, listen, I had airport security take away from me. I had an ounce of silver. And it was pressed into the shape of a bullet, like a 45 caliber.
Yeah, you told me.
Right?
I remember, but go ahead.
But it was pure silver. I mean, there was no fire pin, there was nothing like that. And they made me mail that thing
home
to myself. They wouldn't even let me take it on the plane. And it was so obviously not a bullet, but it replicated one, and I couldn't get it through, so I had to UPS it to myself or FedEx or whatever it was. And guess what? When the package arrived, it was empty.
Somebody stole it anyway?
Yeah, somewhere along the line.
See, Nick said, yeah, he was rocking it with it the whole time through the airport. People were staring at him.
Nice. Well, Muck Sticky was peacock before peacocking was a thing.
Yeah. Tom, have a great day, bud. Tish, I agree with you 100%. I've been doing my damnedest to get these numbers up, but I don't know.
Have a great day, Tom. Thanks for spending some time with us.
I'm an old hippie. I don't even know what I'm doing, man. I'm stoned.
Well,
So
I think it's just simply we've only been doing the show for a couple of months, and we see that more and more people are coming to spend time with us every day. So
absolutely.
you know what I mean? Like it's a good thing. It's just time, right? That's all it takes.
And that's what I have. I have nothing but time left. This is what I'm going to do for the rest of my life, whether it's successful or I'm just sitting here talking to myself.
Yep.
This is what I'm doing. So because I can't work, I have to have some sort of a job. If I can make it happen, then this will be great. But you know, but meanwhile, you know, but going to festivals is definitely not bad because it got me up. It made me walk. I did things that I haven't done in months.
Oh yeah.
So it was great.
And
And I
that's
wanted to
a
go.
bunch of people, right? New people, different people. Like it breathes
So
energy
fucking
into you.
awesome.
Yeah.
So awesome. Yeah. It was great. And like I said, Stank Bud and everybody that we know from Muck's Discord back there that we got to meet, all fucking great people. Thank them so much. They brought so much food that Lori, Curly Kell, and we didn't even have to worry about it. They were like feeding us like kings. It was
Camp
just
food's always delicious.
Jingle had set up. He had so much cool shit like lights and stuff that were sparkling in our trees, and he had the glow sticks, and we made the glow sticks right. And we wrote, well, not me. I don't want to take any credit. My man Jacob did it. He made them, and Jingle probably, but they worked together and they made it say Muck Sticky in all different colors and WTHC radio in all green.
Nice.
And then when it got dark, everybody was walking by and talking about it and taking pictures of it and loving it. And it looked great. I didn't see it because that was the night I passed out early because 42 hours straight being awake sucks. I was starting to see aliens and shit.
Well, maybe it wasn't the sleep deprivation. Maybe they were just really there.
Yeah, the whole stage was covered.
I mean, they smelled that cloud of smoke. They felt that great vibe.
The whole stage was covered with them.
This is why they want to come down.
OVDJ, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, aliens everywhere. Well, Tish, I would love it. We're like I said, we're just like we got time. We're just starting, and it's going. We're doing
And
well.
Today is an interesting day because we're talking about the weekend, but really this is a place to really talk about cannabis, to get into the ins and outs of it, how it can help people, the best way to do things for yourself at home if you need to
save money.
I mean, it's really about
if you got
the
any
best possible experiences we can have with the plant. And fortunately for me, I have many, many years of working with this, and the Hippie's got many, many years of partaking in this magical herb.
I've been working with it, just not properly, and now you're showing me the way.
Just differently.
I just saw a whole lot of it, but I didn't know that I was taking care of my mental health while doing so. I just thought I was a stoner. Thought I was a pothead, one of those potheads my dad said I was. You're a pothead.
I like potheads.
Instead of getting me mental health help, he said, "You're a fucking drug addict, you loser."
I've been a pothead for 45
You're never
years.
gonna be nothing. You're a piece of shit. You're never gonna be nothing. I was like, all right, dude.
Never gonna change. We love being potheads.
Damn right.
And me so more than you, perhaps, because I'm only a recreational user. You're a medicinal user. I talk a lot about the medicinal side of it, but I use for recreation.
What?
My pleasure. What?
What is tailored herbs and concentrate? What is she?
What? It was very cool that you had. Oh, geez, I forgot her name already. You had her reach out with the questions for sure. I mean, we can work with your people that come in like that. It's very difficult for me to be specific on medical condition and stuff like that. Liz, sorry about that. Yeah, but no, I know that you're Corenza. I was talking about your customer that was wondering about her anxiety and the best way to deal with that. But we can work with these people anytime. It's a pleasure to do so.
Absolutely, that's what we want to do.
Yep.
Here for it.
Exactly.
That's what the Hippie and the High show is all about. The Dr. High show is all about.
Yep.
Anyway,
education and advocacy
and entertainment. That's me.
There's some of that too going on some of these days.
Anyway, so let me think. More stories from the show.
The Hippie and the High.
There's so many stories that I can't remember. Like, oh, I was saying, like, Jingle had all the lights that went up into the sky, and then they did all that on the ground, and then it was just a great weekend. Lori brought some of her crystals that she had purchased from Bella's Badass Crystals, and she was able to make a couple sales. We did not know that Jingle was such a crystal collector. He had his own that he brought out and set up on the table. It was just a lot of fun. I had my sticker bin, and I gave all of our friends as many stickers as they wanted from my store when we used to have the hippie shop.
Right.
And I said, you know what? I was going to sell them, but I said, you know what? If you want them, take some, take as many as you want. Fill up your camper with them. I don't give a shit. Have a good time. Enjoy yourself. Have a good time. I'm not going to ever sell them again. I mean, I could give them away here on the show every once in a while, but.
Did they have any good food vendors there?
The food, yeah, there was food vendors. Yes. I don't want to say no. All right. There was, my daughter did a lot of the food running for me. Well, she was going for herself, and then I would steal most of her food. But yes, we had, there was a family there who was doing, some sort of empanadas or like,
those can be really good.
Something like that. They were chicken and cheese empanadas or something to that effect.
Nice.
A few didn't show up. Yeah, the donut people. We were very disappointed. We were looking forward to meeting and eating donuts. Yep. So that was a big thing on Curly Kel. She kept yelling, "Where the fuck is the donuts? Where the fuck is the donuts?"
That's when you know you're high.
I want fucking donuts.
That's when you know you're high.
I hear the vendors coming tomorrow now. The donuts will be here tomorrow now. And then the donuts didn't show up.
You know, that's something I'd like to do, like tailored herbs and concentrates. Edible pizza, all food going to edibles. You know, you can infuse just about any food. As long as it has a fat component to it, you can infuse it. Right? So you can infuse the olive oil that you use when you make the pizza sauce.
If I'm eating, it's got a fat component coming right at it, and it's called the hippie.
But I mean, that would be, for me, that would be a real kind of dream, because I've always said I would like to have a cafe where everything on the menu is infused.
Garlic bread and garlic hummus.
Yep. The Highway Cafe. That's always what I would call it. It's always been in my mind, right? But nobody's done it here yet. And I don't understand why. You know?
Nick says there's a place down in Florida where he is that does it.
Yeah, I mean, there should be more like that.
I'm sure they're on their way. You know, they're just people who got to get the shit together. The regular food truck people that already own food trucks weren't prepared for it, and the people that are getting ready for it are getting ready for it. They'll be out there as soon as possible. You know.
No, I love to cook. I'm as a matter of fact, like my wife doesn't cook. I cook. I do all the cooking here. And I think my kids are kind of excited to get me back to Montreal so they can get back to eating those.
We're going to come and have dinner with you guys every weekend now.
So, but my daughter's turned out to be a really good cook. So, you know, she may have surpassed me in ability, but we're going to see very, very soon. Yeah, you can infuse with shatter too. You know, the idea is when you create a meal, an edible meal, so a meal where everything's infused, you really don't have to infuse heavily. You infuse, let's say your appetizer, you'll put 5 milligrams THC. In your main, you might use 10 milligrams THC, 5 CBD. You balance it out through those 3 or 4 courses where that you end up with a final dose in the 25, 30, 40 milligram range. And people are just relaxed. And because of the pace of a meal like that, you know, you have time to really enjoy it. So for all of you who haven't ever had the opportunity to watch this cooking show called Bon Appetit, it's phenomenal. You can find it on YouTube, Bon Appetit, and it's probably got 3 or 4 seasons. And you want to see what they can do. Oh incredible what you can infuse. Yeah, that's the fried chicken batter. We do carry the D9 batter. Absolutely.
I'm going to tell you something. I don't like those kind of things because they don't work for me.
Yeah, edibles. Yeah, sadly for you, they don't.
Screw edibles. I hate you.
Have a nice nap, Kelly. Get some rest. You worked hard this weekend. You did a lot of driving, and you put up with the hippie.
And she babysit the hippie, right?
I know you're exhausted.
I'll see you in Discord in 10 minutes.
Yeah, catering is a great idea for the cannabis business, and you can get away with it on First Nations.
Unfortunately, Garrett, I am one of them superhumans that has the ability. It's like kryptonite to me. It does not work in my belly.
Yeah, which is a real shame.
He asked me, well, I'm losing track over here. I'm going to see you later, hippie. Okay. Why don't they work for you? No, I don't get sick. They just don't do nothing. They don't do nothing. I've had a whole.
Her sister will knock you out. She'll knock you out with the edibles.
You can try. You can try. I've never had an edible that has worked. Oh, I sniffed you. Oh, who sniffed you? Really well? She probably did sniff you, Jacob. I agree. No chance you can knock me out. No chance. You can try.
Yeah, I was actually at the dispensary the other day, and I was talking with a couple of the fellas there about edibles. And they said that they have people that come in looking for, and the biggest one they do is 4,000 milligrams THC in a chocolate bar. 4,000 milligrams. And people come in looking for that, and they consume the whole thing. And Buddy was telling me it blows his mind every time somebody comes in looking for that. And he, it always strikes up a conversation when somebody's trying to buy a 4,000 milligram edible. And he said it just blows his mind that people.
I'm going to say I'm not afraid. I mean, even if they worked, I would go for it. I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid of 4,000. But
I mean, I hit 100 milligrams and it's not comfortable for me. But we're all different, right? When it comes to eating cannabis, it just affects us differently. Like my wife is a third of my body weight and can consume 3 times what I do in an edible, and she's just fine. So,
Yeah, you crazy fucks were eating. They were cutting soda cans in half and then use it because we didn't bring no pots or pans because we're geniuses.
Making mushroom tea?
Making chocolate bars of mushrooms cut up into chocolate.
Well, it's more tolerable.
The size of a Hershey, and it was the size of like a Hershey Kiss, of chocolate and mushrooms, but they were putting an eighth into that. They were eating an eighth in one little chocolate bar.
Yeah. Well, an eighth is a good recreational dose, really, for mushrooms.
You can send me anything you want, sweetie.
Camping dose.
I'll take on all challengers. If you can get me high on an edible, I will buy my edibles from you forever.
Oh.
I haven't found one that works.
I just got a community standard pop out. Facebook and their community standards. And some of the stuff is just ridiculous.
What did we do?
And I can tell you that the fudge brownies that Tish is talking about are 400 milligram nano-emulsified into a brownie mix. So they suggest that people
wait a second. If I got to make the brownies, I'm not interested. That sounds like work.
It's just a standard brownie mix. You just add whatever it is, an egg and some oil, and you're in business. I guess you can't knock them out.
Nope.
You have to wait until you do the festival next summer.
I will. You make whatever you want for the festival next summer.
I tell you, if you do that, I'll come. I'll come to New Brunswick for that event.
You're coming to the event. You don't have a choice.
Well, no, because I like to attend these things, but I'm not going to be able to ever in the U.S. There's never going to be a day that I can. So, anything we can indulge in here in Canada would be excellent. Oh, I could see that as a pain balm. Yeah, 10,000 milligram. Because it's not an edible, right? So that's going on to the skin. So it's.
I got to talk to you, Pothead, actually, privately when we get an opportunity.
Yeah, it's subdermal, right? So it's going through the skin. Wally G, I guess you can't. 422 days.
422.
That would be good. I'd like to know more about that event.
You're throwing it. DaHippie and Dr. High from WTHC Radio and Tailored Herbs and Concentrates presents whatever.
What's the name of the event? Has it been named?
Oh yeah, I think she just wrote it. 2024, 422 days.
Well, it's 422 days until the event. Dawn. Oh, Tish will make the brownies for you. Because Tish isn't, well, she's in Philly, right?
Oh,
so that's still, what, about 8 hours from you?
Oh, 2 hours, 2.5, maybe 3.
Oh, Philly's not too far.
No, I'm close to Philly. That's my homie down there in Philly.
Okay. Actually,
I'm up in the Poconos. I mean, but Philly is, like if I were to go to see like a football game, that's probably
where you go.
Yeah, to see like
I spent a lot of my
get their asses kicked by the Eagles or something.
I spent a lot of my time in the States with guys from Philly. Because I was in the Northeast region, and that included Philadelphia, New York, Pittsburgh, Boston. All the major cities on the Eastern Seaboard, Washington, D.C. So those were the people that I lived with for a long time.
Right.
Good fellas.
All right. Well, I got to do another commercial. So we'll be right back. You're hanging with DaHippie and Dr. High.
Okay, men. This is your time. Maybe you didn't choose this, but you're here now. You're going to go out there and be an all-star caregiver. It's up to you.
Yep, you guys come to me. I'm waiting to see Marty over here in Canada. Waiting to see when Marty comes.
Emotionally and physically. You got to dig deeper.
For an event in Toronto or in Montreal.
Don't you forget about the pharmacy. No, you won't.
Almost 420 again. You're doing a great job there, Garrett. Thanks for being so interactive. It's truly appreciated.
Don't ever give up.
Absolutely.
This is your time to show the world, your family, and yourself that you're tougher than tough. You go out there and be the best caregiver this world has ever seen. Caregiving is tougher than tough. Find the care guides you need at aarp.org/caregiving. Public service announcement brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
Hi, I'm Danica.
Thanks, I got all the girls from the local college to be modeling for me.
Play and learn is amazing, but not every child gets to be carefree. 1 in 6 kids in the U.S. are hungry.
I heard college girls, though. I like that.
That little girl sitting alone at the playground, she can't play like the other kids. She doesn't have the energy because she's hungry.
Really? I didn't know that.
School lunch will be her only meal today.
I love that show, too.
It breaks my heart that this is the reality in our
watch it
country.
every day.
But it's something
I've ever seen it.
America is working.
I mean, I've seen the show, but I've never watched it.
The American network of food banks rescues billions of pounds of good food that would have gone to waste. This
Tish, you're absolutely welcome.
Families and
put
children
the email
in
up
need.
again.
Being a kid should be about
Don't tell
using their
nobody.
imagination, learning, and having fun. These children shouldn't have to miss out on simply being a
Just
kid.
hit me up so we
because
can
they're
schedule
hungry.
a time and a date.
To find out
That's
how
for
you
anybody
can
who
help
wants
end
to come up
childhood
and hang
hunger
out
in your
and
community,
talk
visit
marijuana.
feedingamerica.org. Brought to you
Well,
by
we can talk Canada Globe with Tish.
Council.
D-Flow with Smoker. Happy 420, everybody.
I have to try and find it on my multiple streams there, Garrett. I'll check it out today.
Pounds that they're growing, tobacco in the bone with trees, real smoker. I'm a stoner, a roller, a real dope smoker, toker, a loner, dope smoke choker. Play poker with owners for pounds that
Where
they're
you going, Lukey boy?
in the bone with trees, real moker. I'm a real one, handing double lows at the end. I keep real shit, I don't play pretend. Don't beg for Canada. I earn dividends. And my way to the table, hard work with my friends. Don't trip, small shit, gon' turn to big hits. Looking at the game with missions of success. Partners with my team, we gon' plan for the best. Shout out cuz gon' eat with our friends. Roll a J, put the hash in it. Hit it twice, then I'm passing it. Got an ash, then we tapping it.
Roki, yes.
We tapping it. Roll a J, put the hash in it.
Oh, if it's on Hulu, I should be able to play it.
Got an ash, then we tapping it. Got an ash, then we tapping it. I'm a stoner, a roller, a real dope smoker, toker, a loner, dope smoke choker. Play poker with owners for pounds that they're growing. Tobacco in the bong with trees, real moker. I'm a stoner, a roller, a real dope smoker, toker, a loner, dope smoke choker. Play poker with owners.
How you doing, Andrew?
Dr. High, Tish would like to know how she can get one of those shirts.
Put me down. Smile on my face, there will never be a frown. 10 toes on
Those are some of my early ones. I have some more too.
Equivalent to a pound. I'm happy, no ego on me. Who are you? Blaze from the hash in the road, keep me cool. Don't need nobody, myself not a fool. My brothers around, they license the tool. Practice, I'm up, y'all can never put me down.
Red eyes,
on
did
my
you
face,
see?
it will never be a frown. 10 toes on the floor, so I'm walking on the ground. Smoke in the air, equivalent to a pound. I'm happy, no ego on me. Who are you? Blaze from the hash in the road, keep me cool. Don't need nobody, myself not a fool. My brothers around, they license the tool.
That's the link there, Tish. If you take down that email address and have a look, you'll be able to find them. You want to go inside, buddy?
This weekend made me a man, Red Eyes.
Say bye-bye to bottled water. Holistic Health Water has certified medical-grade water ionizers that mix 7
What a
things water
weekend,
in
Red
healthy
Eyes. Oh,
alkaline.
my goodness.
There's a 5-micron filter that lasts up to a year, and each machine lasts 25 to 30 years. Simply attach to your faucet or install under your sink. Even get a mineral spa unit for your shower. Go to ownyourwater.org to get a free ebook. Plus, pay for any machine in full and get an extra filter free. Change your water and change your life. Ownyourwater.org.
Are you in the Ellensville or Middletown, New York area? Revamp your space with Collins Paints Ltd. Ugly walls? Let Collins Paints Ltd.
You got it, Tish.
Color to your world. Collins Painting is the
I'm all for that. The Cannabis Galaxy for sure.
Space to whatever your heart desires. Say goodbye to the boring days and hello to possibilities of bright and vibrant colors. The Collins Painting team are a group of skilled professional painters who will turn your
That's
vision
the whole reason I got into Canada was to find a way to support the expenses that come along with operating Dr. High website and the books and everything that I have to do on the day-to-day comes with costs, and I don't work. I dedicate my time fully to Dr. High, but it would be nice to cover the costs. My wife is generous enough to allow me not to have to take a normal job, but that's basically why I got into Canaglobe. That was my why. You know?
Are you done?
Yeah.
Thank you. Welcome back, everybody. We're hanging over here with Dr. High. He was chit-chatting with somebody in the crowd. I didn't mean to cut you off, buddy.
That's okay.
But the damn commercial ended early. I'll try to make them last longer next time. So we had, like I said, Dr. High, tomorrow I'll bring my plant out and we'll talk about her. She is absolutely
good,
holy. Oh my God, I want to make love to her. And now that I have a new member, I might.
Don't. It's still too young.
It's not ready for stress yet because I'm about
And
to.
you don't know whether it's a male or a female yet, so you might not want to get too entangled with it.
I don't care. I don't care. I'm not one of those that cares.
All love is good love.
All love is good love. Peace, love, and hippie hugs. That's what I always say. And a couple nugs, too.
That's it.
Yeah. That's what life is all about, man.
Yeah.
Should be, anyway.
It's too short not to enjoy.
Right. You only die once. Yodo.
Yeah.
There it is again. Yodo. You only die once.
Yeah, yours are looking really good, Chris. How's your flowering sites coming? Are you starting to see that they're starting to develop now? Because you've been switched now for a couple of weeks, so you should be starting to see development in your bud sites.
He said bud sites.
Come on, Loki.
Oh, goodness. I need another hit.
I got a great dog, but sometimes he ain't the smartest.
Did you know those birds are back, Dr. High?
Which birds?
The ones that go south for the winter.
Oh, the Canadian geese?
Crystal!
How are you,
yes,
Crystal?
I got it! Crystal, thank you so very much. Look at me. I'm already looking great. I got
the dodo birds, yeah.
beautiful beard oil. Thank you so much. I wanted to wait for you to open it, but Dr. High said, fuck that. Open that shit now. And I was like, no,
I
man.
was so curious because I wasn't sure whether you got beard oil or simple syrup.
Oh, I got beard oil and I needed it. It came in very handy this weekend. I can't thank you enough. Everybody, please go pick up Master Rochi's Garden and give them a follow. They are on Facebook, YouTube, and probably all the platforms. Crystal, thank you so very much. I got it right before I went away on the vacation. I couldn't keep the women off of me. They were like, oh, your beard smells so sexy. I was like, that's Master Rochi. Master Rochi makes me smell sexy.
Wow, that's incredible, Tish.
That's a great commercial. Master Rochi makes me so sexy.
I'm sure Master Rochi would be happy to know that he's made you very sexy.
Yeah, he made me smell sexy.
That's right.
Crystal, thank you so much. Queen Kate, love you. And Master Rochi, of course, when you're ready, brother, you're always welcome. We want you here in the hot seat.
So, Tish, did you turn to cannabis while going through treatment, and that's what's given you the belief in the plant, or had you been a cannabis user before? Or because that's pretty incredible.
I did not see that, Tish.
So.
That is amazing, Tish. You are a fighter, a warrior. Damn right.
Well, that's one of the things about Cantaloupe, right? It's not just a dispensary business that you get in with, right? You
got it. You got it.
It's kind of bigger than that.
Crystal, see the email going across on the bottom there? If you want to hit me up, we can make a date whenever he's available. And you're right, too, Garrett. F cancer.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it'll be good to see. It'll be good to see old Master Roach. You haven't talked with him in a couple of months.
Oh, Darren. You caught us. We're getting ready to get off. We're usually on noon till 2, but we're still.
Well, now that you got a new appendage, you're probably more likely to be getting off soon. But
I'll be getting off every day now that I got to play with this thing. I got something to do while I'm over here laying down and the big guy's playing the music all day.
That's right.
Well,
it's good to be busy, Crystal.
Busy is a good thing because then it means you're doing right. You're helping the world.
Good to be busy.
Absolutely.
Sure.
What do you want to do, Hi?
Well, we're 2:30, so it's been a great show. But
we're calling it.
Yeah, I have things to do.
Why does she keep
twat?
Listen,
I'm so British.
She calls me all sorts of bad names. Today it just happens to be twat.
Well, I just noticed a little bit back in the chat that she called the Canadian geese Cobra chickens. And I was watching this guy. I think on TikTok.
Thank you again so very much. I love it. It smells great, and it's not too greasy. It does a very good job with my beard. It's been tamed. Well, it's out of control now, but it's been a rough show. I've been very excited, and I've been smoking a lot of weed. I don't know, Crystal, you didn't notice that I got a new I got a new toy when I was away this weekend. I became a man. So it's been a very exciting day for me.
You showed that a lot today. You are very, very pleased with that, are you not?
I am ecstatic. Wouldn't you be?
I would be.
People have been saying bad things about me forever. Like I don't have anything.
Now you can prove them all wrong.
Right. Don't tell them it's a strap-on.
Yeah, no kidding, eh?
I love you all. Thank you so very much for being here. Shout out one more time to OVDJ Campout, to Muck Sticky, to Calligraphy, to Billy Blaze, Louis the 13th, Rooster, and everybody else involved, all the fabulous people I met this weekend. Thank you for making my weekend one of the best weekends I've ever had in my entire life. We will be back again tomorrow, right, Dr. High?
We will.
We'll probably talk about my penis a little bit.
Maybe.
And a lot more about weed and everything that we're here for. So Thank you guys so very much. Please like, subscribe, and share. Make sure you keep tuning in. We're on all the time on Live 365 or tune in. You can listen to WTHC Radio. All sorts of music, all sorts of great new artists coming up, and all the classics from the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000s, 2010s.
All the good shit.
Oh, it's 2020s, 2030. Oh, we're not there yet. All right. Hey, what else? Dr. High, am I forgetting anything?
Not that I can think of.
All right. Then I'm going to say peace.
Peace, everybody. Thanks for spending your day with us. We will see you all tomorrow at noon.
Smoke weed every day.
Smoke weed and be safe.
Much love.
Thank you, Tish. Have a great day.